Hello and welcome to another stream. It is BSL GosuLeague time again with the semifinals today. My name is MasterReY and with me here is again my co-caster Snipe.
Hey everyone, glad to be here, excited. We're going to find out our two finalists of GosuLeague today. So yeah, I say let's get to it here. This is exciting.
Yes, will be very exciting games. I mean, this is the GosuLeague and not the Pro League, but at this level where we are now at the semifinals, the level, like any one of these guys could play in Pro League just fine. So this is a really high skilled, really high skilled series coming up.
Some of them have played in Pro League before, so.
Yes. So let's take a closer look at the players we have here today. So here you can see the Liquipedia page of the BSL 9 GosuLeague, and here at the bottom there is the bracket, and here are the matches. So it is the American Terran, or not Terran, he's actually a race picker, but he's playing Terran today it looks like. It is TY2 and his opponent, the German Zerg BakuRyo, so that will be our first match. And the second match will be Jaeyoon versus Tech in a ZVP. So those are the two matches we have here. We can take a short look at how they did in their previous round. So BakuRyo finished in top place here in this group. Was also playing some ZVPs here, as you can see. So he basically qualified with 4-1 in ZVP, but he's playing ZVT today. So maybe that will play a small role. We'll see. But I also know that 2 days ago he qualified for RCG, Russian Cyber Games 2020, by managing to get out in third place of the EU qualifier. And that was a very tough qualifier as well. So he's definitely in good shape and should be an interesting match. And yeah, Jaeyoon and Tech. Jaeyoon was here in the same group as TY too, but they did not play against each other. And yeah, Tech did manage to go out in first place of his group as well. And he actually played a lot of the matchup that he's playing today. So he played a lot of PVZs here, and he's playing a PVZ today as well against Jaeyoon. So maybe that will play a small role, but anyways, all players are very strong and we'll see some nice games.
Definitely. I'm interested in this first match with TY2 off racing. I wonder how his Terran vs Zerg is. I guess we're about to find out, hey?
Yes, we are. Game's already hosted. Just a short notice again for you guys, the viewers. As always here on the stream in these casts, just put your thoughts in the chat. If you have any feedback, any suggestions, any comments about the games, always put them in the chat. We'll both read some of the chat even during the game or between the games for sure. So yeah, get to the keys. Yeah, and now we are ready for the first match. The start map will be Escalate, and the game is of course TY2 versus BakuRyo. So let's go. The games are not live, they're casted from replay, to answer this first question in the chat here. And now we are ready. We are in the game. Let's do it. Okay, so in the top right corner of Escalate, we have our race picker playing Terran right now. It is the American TY2.
And cross spawn in the bottom left, we have our yellow Zerg, BSL BakuRyo. So yeah, we were expecting ZVZ, but it looks like it's definitely going to be TVZ here. Which definitely exciting. It's a fun matchup for sure. Really interested to see. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of TY2 play Terran, so I mean, I know he's a strong player. He's good at every race, so I guess he's confident enough in TVZ or wants to dodge ZVZ. Maybe scared of BakuRyo ZVZ. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, there are many possibilities on why he chose Terran here. He did actually play some ZVZs in the tournament so far, so he did not pick Terran there. But here he chose to play Terran. Maybe he saw some of Bakrio's ZVZs from other tournaments and was a bit scared. So yeah, let's see how good his Terran is, his TVZ especially.
Yeah, it definitely feels like some kind of purposeful pick, you know? Like he picked Terran, maybe he knows Baku's weaker against Terran, or he's really scared of Baku's DVZ, like you said. It could be any reason, but it's not us to know for sure. We'll find out how they want to play this. So far, it looks like TY2 is just going to go ahead and throw down that barracks. We'll have to see if he wants to take that gas next, or if he's going to go for some kind of a bio play. Meanwhile, 12 hatch coming out of our Zerg player. So standard opening, nothing too aggressive coming out of Baku, which we've seen a lot from him from the other games we casted. He generally plays fairly solidly standard from the games we've seen. So.
Yes, very solid, conservative macro player for sure. And yeah, TOH2 again, we don't know what his Terran looks like, so we can't know for sure. Maybe has some cheeses prepared, who knows? We have a comment in the chat that Escalate is a nice map for TVZ, so this could play a role. I'm not sure if he actually played Terran throughout the whole series or if he just chose Terran on this map. We'll find out soon. But now let's look at this game. So he's not taking a gas here, he's getting the command center. So gasless expansion here, and now the drone scouting it.
Yeah, he was holding off a little bit just to confirm that 12 hatch in that second spawn, which he did confirm. So he's feeling comfortable just to throw down that CC before starting his marine production. Looks like he is going to start that now and get his next depot, and then looks like he is now going to take his gas. So we'll have to see where he wants to go from here. Is he going to do some kind of tech up? Maybe. I mean, he can certainly still go for mech. Normally you would see some kind of a wall off if he was doing that, so this maybe leads me to think he's going to go for more of a bio play, but we'll have to see. And what is Baku going to do? He's already taken his gas, so this looks like it's going to be some kind of a 2-hatch build coming out. Or no, never mind. I stand corrected. There's already a 3rd hatchery down. My bad.
Yeah. I actually saw this build by BakuRyo in the RCG qualifier quite often, and I also saw this GasX expansion quite often. The difference was already always do the Terrans get their second Rex after the expansion and after the gas, or will they get their engineering bay and their academy before the second Rex? And here we see the engineering bay is going up, and we should see probably the academy soon as well.
Yeah, so this looks more like a +1 5-racks type build. He's going to get that early upgrades going for his bio here. Get a big bioforce to push out on the map, which is a perfectly fine way to play against a 3-hatch build like he's up against. And of course he knows this. He's got full scouting, keeping good job keeping that SCV alive still. Yeah. Hopefully he can keep that alive to see what kind of tech Baku wants to go for, but it's probably going to be a Spire here.
Yes, and this SCV is so important because if you don't have this SCV, you don't know if there is maybe a mass speedling all incoming. And then you can see all the Terrans, they will build some depots here in their natural, they place a bunker, they maybe pull some SCVs to make a block in front of their marines. So they do all these things that cost money or minerals that TY2 doesn't need to do now. He can just cut this corner because he has that scouting information, so that's very important.
Baku did just manage to pick that SCV off before, excuse me, confirming if there was a Spire or not, but knowing the lair was just about done, he checked and didn't see a Hydra den, so I think he can probably safely assume that a Spire is coming down. Either that or it would be a late Hydra den or for lurkers. But we can see TY2 starting to add on a few barracks here. It looks like he's going up to 3 maybe. And getting his stim upgrade along with +1.
Yes, the com sets also finished, so I will guess we will see a Spire very soon in the main base. So far it's not coming, but yeah, as you already said, he will probably assume it anyways. So yeah, 5 Rex here now. So he's going for that +1, big +1 attack very soon.
Yeah, well, he's got his range upgrade on the way now as well. So TY2 is going to be looking here to get a huge bioforce out and put some pressure out on the map. Hopefully try and deny some kind of a third base attempt coming out of Bakryu. We do have a Hydroden coming down now as well. So it looks like Bakryu is saving up for those Mutalisks as he's got about 900 banked. Just in time for that spire to finish, and we'll see him start 9 Mutalisks instantly here.
Yeah, and from my experience, Baku in ZVT, he always goes for some Mutalisk, but then transitions rather quickly into Lurkers and Hive. And yeah, so he's not one of the Zergs who will go for like mass Mutalisks, like 20 of them or so. That I have not seen it personally from Baccaria, so I guess this will be just his initial 9 Mutalisks. Yeah, and you can see he just started the Lurker aspect in the Hydros den, and he also starts some Hydros already. So we'll see a third base very soon, and some Lurkers to defend it.
And drones are already going up for the excuse me, top left there. Yeah, mutas are coming across the map. So Backer's just going to look to put on maybe a little bit of pressure and kind of slow this army down as much as he can, just to buy himself some time to get that third base up and running, get those lurkers in position so TY2 can't go in and bust that third base. But he has done a pretty good job pushing these mutas back already. Already getting out here on the map, taking this high ground position. Not letting Baku really get into his main base or do too much harassment.
Yeah, I think this first trade was pretty good for TY2. He killed all those Lurklings that were sitting in front of his natural, but now we see Baku with some nice Mutalisk micro, and he's really making sure that TY2 can't go on the map with a big force to maybe deny the expansion. He's just keeping him busy here while he's getting his Lurkers up in the top left. They are morphing now, so they will finish in time before this army can finally reach the top left.
Yeah, he did lose a few mutas. Like I don't feel like he got a lot done with those mutas, but he did buy enough time to get those lurkers done, or at least protect his natural here from going down. TY2 is going to get here just before the lurkers pop, but I don't think he's going to be able to break in with 3 lurkers here.
Yeah, it's interesting. So is he actually committing?
Oh,
looks like yes,
okay.
He is.
Maybe a bit of a caster curse, but he kills all the lurkers and gets up the ramp. So this is looking dangerous for Backeryu. He's got to be able to kill this force before he loses his hatchery.
Yeah, I mean, he lost some Mutalisks before, because, yeah, he bought some time, but his trades were not super good, and now I think he just doesn't have enough units to defend this.
Yeah, so wow. He is going to alert that third base. I was surprised. I thought for sure with those 3 lurkers he was going to be able to get them burrowed and save his base here, but it looks like TY2 manages to break in. So what does Backeryu have going for him now? All he's got is a couple lurkers and on the field and a couple at home and a few lings and mutas. Meanwhile, TY2 is continuing up his tech. He's got 2 starports, getting those add-ons now. Just starting that science facility and second eBay, so he's going to have double upgrades going. 1-1 bio's about to finish. I'm getting a little bit worried for Baku in this game.
Yes, so far TY2 is definitely ahead here with that kill of the third base. What I noticed as well, he did stim his Bioforce to get faster to the top left. So I guess he completely knew the timing of those lurkers, or he assumed it. So he knew he needed to go there as quickly as possible, and he even used a stim to go from this platform to the top left as fast as possible. And you could see those were exactly those few seconds that actually mattered. So very good job by TY2.
Playing the Zerg side normally himself, he's probably well aware of all these kinds of timings. We do have another third base attempt coming out here from Backeryu. I don't know if it's been scouted, but TY2 may be assuming this, sending a group of bio down here to try and deny it. With these 4 lurkers, I don't think he's going to be able to bust up there. I mean, I said that last time with 3 lurkers, but okay, yeah, I don't think he's going to turn back and head towards the middle here. Maybe thinking about an attack even at the Zerg natural base.
Yeah, last time the lurkers were actually right on top of the ramp, so the Marines could actually have a nice concave at the bottom. But this time the lurkers are a bit more deeper in the base, so if the Marines want to attack them, they have to go in this tight choke on the ramp. So this is a better position, I think.
Catching a little group of bio out here without a medic. He's going to pick off most of those Marines, so nice little pick off there for Baku, but is it going to be enough? There's still a fairly large chunk of bio out here for TY2. He's still got that bio that killed the top left base just sitting up there that he could bring down to reinforce. He's got 2-2 upgrades on the way. Irradiate's just about done. He's got his first 2 vessels out. I did see some dropships somewhere. Okay, there they go now. Flying towards the natural base of Zerg. Now turning towards the main.
Yes. And meanwhile, we have the Defiler mount just finished, is researching consume now. So if TY2 can pick this off, that would be so huge and almost the nail in the coffin here, I think.
Yeah, this drop may even be the nail in the coffin. Like, what does Baku have to defend? He's sending his army up here now, but he's only got a few lurkers and a few hydras. If TY2 micros this or picks off those lurkers right away, I don't think Baku's going to be able to defend, and this could be the end of game 1 right here. We'll see. The lurkers are coming in. He does get that burrow off, but I don't know if I still don't know if this is going to be enough. There's been a lot of damage down here already.
Yeah, he's killing so much. 2 evolution champions, the Hydra stand. The Defiler mount, he did not get it. It was very close. He could have targeted it down, but I guess he didn't know how much HP or how many HP were on it. But yeah, it was still a very successful job anyway. Drop anyways, and he is in a very good position now. And now dropping the bottom left, the 3rd base, the newly taken 3rd base. And there's one Defiler. It could eat the Overlord.
But even if it did, there's no units here. Oh, there's the 4 lurkers at the top of the
map.
The
could 4 maybe lurkers.
Save this, but he's not even going to try. He's just going to tap out here.
Yeah.
GG.
GG. Yeah, right. So that's what happens. In the beginning, when the Mutalist first arrived at the Terran base, I said, yeah, he's doing a good job, but delaying the Terran, but then he actually stopped and let the Terran just run to the top left, and that was, I think, the deciding moment when he broke the top left base, and that's what got TY2 so far ahead, and he played this game out so well that he did not lose his advantage. So very good job.
All right, well, with that, TY2 takes the early 1-0 lead in the series. This is best of 5, I believe, so still plenty of games left.
Yes. Yeah, it's a best of 5. And we have the second game. No break. Let's go. The map will be La Mancha. And yeah, maybe... I'm not sure if that was, or that win of TY2 was actually related to the map at all. I don't think so, but we'll see. Maybe La Mancha plays out a bit differently, or Baku will just adjust a bit, maybe a bit more aggressive with the Mutalists or so, maybe fly in the main to force Marines back and not just micro them in the natural. We'll see. Okay, game is almost prepared. Okay, now we are ready for game 2 between TY2 and Baku on La Mancha. Let's go. And here we are. In the bottom left, in gray, is our Terran. Ahead 1-0, it is TY2.
Bottom right. In the bottom left, we have Baku in the peach tan color, I guess it is. So, one thing I'll say right away is if they do go for similar strategies as last game, if TY2 is looking to bust the 3rd, Baku is going to be taking that 3rd in the top left, so it's going to be a lot further for the Marines to push across the map, because they're going to be pushing diagonally all the way across instead of, you know, horizontally there. So it may buy Baku that little bit extra time that he needed to get that 3rd up, so maybe we'll see that. Or maybe, you know, game 2, you got to mix up your strategies. We'll see something come out a little bit differently from one of these players.
Yeah, that's an interesting little game there between the cross-positioned and close-positioned. I mean, now they're close-positioned, so as you said, the 3rd base could be in the cross-position starting location, so that will be a bit more secured. But that also means, now that he's in a close position with his main base and his natural, there is maybe an opportunity for the Terran or also for the Zerg to go for some very early aggression that hits a bit earlier than that attack on the 3rd base.
Well, so far we're just getting a 12 hatch coming out of BackReY here. Standard stuff, and looks like TY2 is probably going to be going for that Rax expand once again. He probably is not going to scout that base in time or the 12 hatch in time, so he's going to have to start his next depot and Marines first. Unless he just wants to take a risk and throw down that CC anyway.
Yeah, that is true. This time it was... Yeah, he was a bit unlucky with the scouting. 50-50 chance there. But now he needs to make some Marines. Yeah, if you scout and you see the pool being laid, of course you can make that CC without making the Marines in the beginning.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he's going cross map, thinking, hey, that drone got here pretty quickly. He must be close to me, so since he's not top right, he must be bottom left. And so that SCV is going to find and confirm that 12 hatch, so I imagine we'll see that CC started here momentarily.
Yes, and the SCV is already in place. So again, so far same build, and he only made one single Marine before the CC, so it's very, very similar. And yeah, let's see how BackReY actually adapts. We see the in-base hatch again, so that's exactly the same that he did last game so far.
Yeah. Another 3 hatch play coming out of BackReY. Is he going to go for those metas again? Is he going to go for lurkers this time? Try and mix it up. We'll have to see. I mean, TY2 is a little bit more delayed this game. Nothing too serious, just because he had to throw down that CC a little bit later. And we're actually going to see him throw down a second barracks here instead of the gas and or eBay coming up. So he's going to be putting on maybe a little bit more earlier pressure, doing something like a 2 racks academy type build. Though he still has yet to take his gas. So I'm a bit interested about that.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Usually I see a lot of Terrans taking the gas, then getting the second Rex, and then get the eBay and the Academy, but he even 3 Rex before gas, so it looks like we'll really see an earlier push this time, with both players being in close position this time.
Okay, he is taking that gas now. I was wondering if he's just gonna go all in almost with a bunch of Marines off of 2 or 3 racks, but he is gonna take that gas. So imagine we'll see an academy thrown down here momentarily as well. And he's going to get a fairly decent army out fairly quickly here.
Yeah, and the question is, will Baku scout that? So the 4 links are approaching the Terran natural right now, but can he actually know what's going on from this Marine count? I'm not sure.
Yeah, 6 Marines. I think that might tell him that there's a second racks already. Although TY2 is keeping a couple of these Marines back. He doesn't want to show just how many Marines he's banking. Academy is just about to finish up here, or it's a little over half done, I should say. Will BackReY be prepared in time? Like, this is probably going to hit not too much later than a normal 2 racks Academy push. Like, it feels like it's going to be done here already before the Spire. But it's going to be stronger because he has 3 racks instead of 2.
Yeah, I really expected him to even attack before he has any medics or so, with just like the first 8 Marines, but yeah, I guess he just did not do that, and you can really see he has a little group of Marines a bit ahead, or a little bit outside of his natural, and then he has a bigger Marine clump in the natural. And that means he wants to make sure that Baku is actually not seeing that. We can see Baku's poking in here, and he's not actually seeing the other group of Marines. So this could be dangerous for Baku. So let's see if the Mutalists are finishing soon. Not really. I think the push is commencing now. The first medics are out. The stim will be done when TY2 arrives at the natural.
Yeah, and BackRey's full aware of this now. He's got to panic, throw down some Sunkens. He's got 1 Sunken on the way with 2 more colonies. I don't even know if this is going to be enough. Like, stim is just about finished. We'll see TY2 probably be able to stim and run in there and possibly bust him right here. Like, what does BackRey have? He needs to get those Sunkens finished.
Mutalists are building, but this is the perfect time for TY2 right before the Mutalists can pop out, and I think he can just end it here.
Yeah, first Sunken goes down, all the Lings go down, even a couple of Fire Bats in case there's some Ling flank coming in, but he kills all the Sunkens. There's no way you're going to be able to defend this without the Sunkens. Even the best Muta Micro in the world, I don't think is going to be able to hold on now. He's going to lose the natural base. And with that, I think TY2 is going to take a quick 2-0 lead here.
Yeah, wow. Two very quick games. Ah, and he loses all the meters. So this is it. GG comes from BSL. And we are maybe only one game away from knowing our first finalist of the BSL GosuLeague. But we'll see about that in game 3.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see a few more games. Hopefully, Backer, you can bring it back and at least take one game here.
Yes. I mean, I know, and we both casted his games in the previous rounds, and he did so well. He was so dominant. He did so nice games, and also in the RCG qualifier, he also played so nice games. So I really think he can do more here, and I hope he can just do that in game 3.
I mean, TY2 is definitely known as a tricky player when he plays Zerg. We kind of saw some of that as he played Terran there. Hiding those Marines, going up to faster 3 Raxes just to make that push that much stronger and kind of throw Backer you off. And I mean, it worked. He just won straight up with that push. So we'll see if he has anything else tricky. Can Backer you bring it back? Bring a game 4 for us? Or will this be a quick 3-0 for TY2?
Yeah. Yeah, the game is loading up right now. And we are going into it. Yeah, map is Neo Sulfate. And we are ready for game 3. Let's do it. Okay, here in the top position of Sulfate is our Zerg with his life on the line. Needs to win 3 more games in a row now. It is BSL.
Hello? Hello? Did I lose you?
Yes, hello? No? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I don't know if you're talking before.
Okay, I just did the introduction for BSL, so it's your turn.
Okay, yeah, I didn't hear any of that.
Okay,
okay. And in the bottom left, we have our pale blue Terran TY2, who is up 2-0.
Yes. Not the best colors for casting, I have to say, but sadly they did play the game on melee game mode, so we cannot switch the colors.
At least they're not the same race. If this was ZVZ, it would be a lot more trouble.
Yeah.
Alright, so what do we have? Is Bakryu being on the ropes? Does he want to mix it up, maybe try something aggressive, or is he just going to stick to his guns and say, hey, I'm comfortable with my 3-hatch play, I'm just going to go ahead and throw down that 12-hatch, go ahead and throw down a 3rd hatch and gas, and go up to some kind of 3-hatch play where as TY2 could do anything. Like, he's up 2 games, he could definitely try something risky or greedy, overly aggressive. Like, I don't know, he could do anything, and it's fine because he's still got those extra games to spare.
Yes. Yeah, but I don't really think that we'll see BSL going for any weird strategies. Even if he's behind in series, he always played standard before, because I guess he just likes to play this very conservative macro playstyle. And yeah, so far he's also going for the hedge, he's going for the pool afterwards, so far everything looks the same already.
Yeah, TY2 is going to find this base first scout, going to see the 12 hatch. So we should see him comfortable to throw down a command center if he wants, although it looks like he's going to go ahead and throw down the second depot first here anyway and start his marine production. Maybe he'll even be able to get out and pick off that overlord. Looks like Bakryu is sending it back, and we'll probably be able to save that before the marine can kill it. Get out and kill it.
Yes, looks like that will be the case, and now he'll just get his command center behind that after that 1 marine. And now will be the interesting part again. Will he add more barracks before the gas, or will he go for the gas again?
Yes, we'll have to see. On Bakryu's side, yeah, it looks like he is just going to go ahead and stick to that 3-hatch play. 3rd hatchery coming down now for him, and as well as taking his gas. But what is going down on TY2's side? Only 1 marine out so far. He's just started a couple more. And will he take that gas? Will he start a barracks? What will he do? Nothing so far.
Yeah, he has 150 already. Another
Okay.
depot, but still 150 now. There's nothing coming. That's interesting. Okay, gas, it looks like.
Okay. So he is going to go ahead and take that gas now. Well, losing his scouting SCV.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting because in the first game we saw him having his scouting SCV alive for a very long time. So he could just make some marines and be completely safe without having to invest in a bunker or some additional depots or so to make a wall. But yeah, in this case, he doesn't know that. I guess he needs to be a bit more defensive maybe. Or he just is risking it and he's actually moving out with 4 marines.
Yeah, like he didn't even confirm the lair had started. So for all he knows, backer, you could be making a bunch of Zerglings and getting Ling Speed right now. Ling Speed is on the way, but it could be done. It looks like he's going to just poke in here with these 4 Lings. Maybe pick off a couple of Marines or at least do some scouting. So this is pretty nice for backer. He's going to see, okay, only 1 barracks, couple Marines here. 2i2 being forced to bring the rest of his Marines back to defend these 4 Lings.
Yeah, this makes it for a completely different game already. So TY2 does not have the scouting information this time, and BakuRyo does have the scouting information that there's only a single Rex, and he has that speed, and that's where you can see the links are being built, so he is going for that Ling attack. So that was, I think, a direct result of both of the scoutings of both players.
Yeah. So we'll have to see. I mean, he's supply blocked now, a couple overlords on the way, or at least 1. Is he going to have enough? Like, there's still no medics or fire bats out. First medic is building now, so he's got to go and kill these Marines before that medic gets out. If he can do that, I think he can win the game here with these Lings. But he needs to go soon. All right, here he goes now. Ling speed is done. I don't know if 2i2 is going to have enough here. Gets a nice surround on those Marines. Yeah, I think that's just it, yeah. All right, so Baku takes the game.
Yes,
Nicely done.
another very quick game. But yeah, I mean, he did not have the scouting information this time. He lost his SCV, but he still decided he doesn't need any defense. He doesn't need to play careful. He doesn't need to make a depot wall, a bunker, or pull SCVs. He just played a bit greedy, let's be honest here. And he pays for it. Baku, with that scouting information, identifies the situation and exploits it. So wonderful game.
Yeah, I think TY2 was probably feeling, okay, Baku's just a really standard player. I don't think he's going to Ling all in me or anything anyway, so I'm just going to take that risk. I'm up 2 games anyway. I'm not going to play super safe and just try not to get behind by, you know, not building the extra bunkers or choking up my wall a little bit, so he can't do something like that. But he did. He got away with it, and we have a game 4.
Yes, that is nice for us, of course. Maybe we'll see a late game. Who knows?
Yeah, a game, hopefully. I mean, match point's a little bit longer rush distance, at least by ground.
Okay, and now the game is loaded up. We can jump into it. So here we go. On the bottom left position on match point, we have our magenta Zerg. It is BakuRyo.
And in the top right, only 1 game away from the finals, we have our blue Terran, Soul Z TY2. All right. So match point. Yeah, like I was just saying, it's a little bit longer distance rush-wise. So things like, you know, a 2-Rax Academy push might not be quite as strong because the Zerg's just going to have that so much extra time. He'll be able to throw down colonies and Sunkens and turn them into Sunkens after the Terran moves out and still be fine.
Yes.
Compared to some maps where you need to have those colonies ready to be morphed before Terran moves out.
We saw that on close position on La Mancha. I mean, Baku basically scouted it when TY2 was moving outside of his natural, but it just wasn't enough. It was just not early enough. The Sunkens did not finish in time and he lost the game instantly. But yeah, on this map, this will not happen. If he scouts it when TY2 is moving outside of his natural, then he can put down the Sunkens and they will finish in time.
Yeah, I wonder if TY2 is just going to stick with the bio play or what. I would almost like to see some kind of a mech opening here. any kind, because like it's such a wide open area, the natural too. It's a little bit harder for Zerg to choke that up properly. So things like slipping in vultures might be a little bit easier. You can get a bunch of drone kills, or even just going for drops or something. The main base is so wide that there's a lot of places you can get something like that done. So far, we don't have that gas being taken, so it looks like to me like TY2 is just going to go ahead and go for a Rax expand here again. We'll see if he wants to change it up from there. You can certainly go into some kind of a mech play off of a Rax expand, but he doesn't have to. I mean, he could still certainly go bio if. I mean, that seems to be what he's comfortable with in this matchup, so that may be what we see again.
Yes, I mean, he did play pretty well with that so far. I mean, he lost to Lingolin. Maybe he will play a bit more carefully next time when he has no scouting information. But apart from that, I think he's very satisfied with the build so far.
Yep. Command center coming down. Looks like we are going to have probably another 3-hatch build coming out of Baku. Yeah, he's got that drone, and he's going to go ahead and throw down that 3rd hatch right now. I'm surprised that SCV didn't block it. Looked like he was about to go block it, but maybe just not wanting to take any damage on that SCV, so he can keep it alive as long as possible to get the scouting information he needs. Not wanting to die to a bunch of lings again.
Yeah, and this time we see the gas being taken by TY2 a lot earlier, so after the first Rex. So that means we'll probably see the at least Academy very soon. Maybe also the engineering bay to get that fast upgrades out. So let's see. Yeah, there's the engineering bay. So maybe this could be a bit longer game. So that's similar to game 1 that we've seen so far.
Yeah, this definitely looks like he's probably gearing up for another +1 5-Rax type of build. I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be just that, but that was a popular way to play. We saw him do that in game 1, so scouting that this is a 3-hatch build +1 5-Rax is a fine way to play, and it looks like that might be what he's planning here. We'll have to see, though.
Yes, and scouting SV still at a lot of HP, still 50, so that is probably staying alive a bit longer, so he can confirm the lair. There's no speed, of course he doesn't know that, but I mean, seeing the lair timing, I guess he could actually assume that there's no speed so far. And he also can see that there are no links being built right now, so this is very important. So again, he can play without defense.
At least for now. Ideally, he'll be able to keep that alive to see the Spire go down. Or Hydroden if Baku ups for lurkers, but he's been playing the same way every game, so I expect we'll see another Spire coming out from him.
Yes.
Meanwhile, we do have the +1 started on the Terran side. Academy's just about to finish up, so we'll see that stim and range upgrades started there momentarily as well. Seeing no Hydroden, I guess we're probably going to start off with the stim upgrade. Yes. All right.
Yeah. And this time the LCV is actually still alive after the lair is finished, so he could confirm the Spire if he goes to the natural. Ah, but okay, no, never mind. He does not, it gets killed. So he, in the end, he does not confirm that it's a Spire, because it could be a Hydralisk then in the natural as well. But I guess he will assume it again.
Yeah, or another nice thing is, even though he didn't scout it, he knows where it is. Because that SCV was alive long enough after the lair finished that the Spire or Hydroden would have had to have been started by now. So not seeing it in the main or by that 3rd hatchery, he's going to assume that it's in the natural. So he's only going to have to use 1 scan at most to confirm if he even wants to. It looks like he hasn't done that yet, so he may just be assuming, like I said, that it is indeed a Spire again.
Yeah, I'm also I'm always wondering when he gets his comsets why he's not scanning at least 1 time instantly. But yeah, maybe we'll do it a bit later. But so far he's just building up. So the Mutalisks are actually coming soon, so he needs to get some anti-air defense as well. There was a scan now, let's see. Okay, it was in the natural, so
he did see that Spire.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. He got a bunker down out front just in case, like feeling maybe a little bit more scared or not wanting to die to some lings. He did get that bunker after the SCV died, knowing that Baku did that Ling run by last time. But looks like he's perfectly fine here. Baku's going to go ahead and throw down a few creep colonies. Maybe feeling that TY2 is about to push him pretty heavily here. Or he just wants that defense so he can harass with his Mutalisks. If TY2 decided to counter him, he would still have the defenses if his Mutalisks are across the map here.
Yes. And yeah, he's also getting the lurker aspect behind it. So those are the 9 Mutalisks that we'll see. In the first game, he lost some very quickly, and then he was not able to defend his third. I hope this time he can retain his Mutalisks a bit better.
Yeah, he does see that Terran has moved out here. The Bioforce. He's gonna keep his mutas on this side of the map still. Doesn't look like TY2 has any plans of turning his bio around, so he's gonna try and potentially go and bust Bakryu here. But this time I don't think it's gonna work. Like, Bakryu is gonna have so many sunkens here. He's setting up, looks like 3 just finished with 2 more on the way. But he's not gonna be able to take a third base here, which TY2 is heading towards now.
And again, Baku lost some of the Mutalisks against some turret and marines, but he killed a lot of SCVs as well. He killed at least like 12 SCVs already, so that's very nice economic damage here. And he's even killing more here, very good job.
Yeah, he forced a pull from the natural, so there's only like 2 SCVs left here at the natural for TY2. So pretty nice micro there, nice denying there by Bakryu. It's just going to help buy him some time or let him catch up a little bit, seeing as he's not going to be able to get that third base anytime soon. 1 Marine scouting that drone, going to chase him down. TY2's looking to position in front of the natural. Is he going to try and bust in? I don't think that'd be a great idea. Yeah, he's going to scan, see all those sunkens, and probably just opt to contain, or maybe he's going to go for the bust. Okay, no.
Yeah.
Pulls back.
With those eggs taking a bit of the tanking, taking a bit of the damage if he would attack, I think, yeah, it's no chance that he will break Baku, so he's going back. And Baku's still harassing in the natural, so very good job.
Yeah, doing a nice job delaying the Terran here. Terran just now getting some more SCVs to start mining here. But, I mean, he's still losing Marines back at home, not able to join them up with his main force. Few lurkers are done, but where does Baku go from here? He still doesn't have a third base. He doesn't have any additional tech coming up, like no Queen's Nest or anything started. So what's the plan? Like, yes, you're surviving for now, but you're not advancing tech anywhere. That drone actually is still alive, so maybe he's going to just take that third base, even though there's a giant bio army out on the map here.
Yeah, he's on 900 minerals, so yeah, he will probably take that base very soon. But now he has actually a sizable amount of Mutalisks and also Zerglings on the map, so even if that force would go to the top left, if he can see that somehow, then I think he could defend it maybe.
There's another random drone.
Doing more damage here. Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Random drone.
No, I was just gonna... there's just another random drone here out on the map. I don't know if he was planning to take 6 o'clock and saw the SCV there, or if he's going to the bottom right or what. It looks like he's moving in out to 6 o'clock, so maybe he's going to try and take that base. Meanwhile, we do have a few units getting baited into these lurkers, and
yeah,
he just clean up that whole army. Nice.
Yes, yeah, that was not a small army. That was expensive, and now you can see even Baku being ahead in supply, and he killed so many SCVs. Yeah, the only real thing happening is that he has no third base. He has his drones the whole time, and he has the minerals the whole time. So that's a bit unfortunate. It looked like he forgot about this for a little while. But now he's taking it, and he has a very big army right now.
Yeah, I feel like he might have been worried about taking it just because of that Bioforce. But, I mean, TY2 had never pushed up towards there. He definitely could have taken that, and it could have been finished or just about finishing that by now for sure. And then he would have that third base up and running, be able to start transferring drones there. But as it is, we still have a pretty sizable army here, and he's pushed back all the way onto TY2's side of the map here, kind of containing him here on his 2 bases. So Baku's actually going to go ahead and take 2 bases at once, it looks like, sending a drone down to that 6 o'clock as well.
Oh, we see a little fight here, Marines engaging. I almost feel like Baku could actually just take this fight. But he just wants to contain and get his 2 expansions up. So far he has not taken that bottom expansion.
Alright, TY2 is going to try and bust all these lurkers here.
Oh, there's so
Taking a
many
lot of damage,
lurklings.
Is this just it? I don't know. Is TY2 going to be able to hold on? It looks like Baku's going to not fully commit in there at the moment. The one bunker, but he pushes TY2 even further into that natural, and he's going to begin to take out this front depot here. So looking very nice for Baku at the moment.
Yes. Yeah, the height is
Defiler
down
mount
as
on the
well
way
now.
as well.
Defiler mount, yes, exactly. What is the vessel count for TY2? So far it's still at 1, but he's getting 2 more. So he has 2 starports, so that's always nice if you can save them and not lose them to Scourges. That's definitely a way that you can be very cost effective and actually come back if you're behind. And he definitely is behind at this point. Look at the supply. So he really needs something.
Yeah. Defiler mount just finishing up. It seems pretty late to me, like the Hive, Defiler mount in general, but he does have that done. He had a ton of units and was able to push TY2 back into the natural. If he can get some Defilers across the map, like he's got a whole bunch of Mutaling just sitting here in the middle of the map. He's got a bunch of Lurkers just outside his natural and Lings. Like if he could get a couple Defilers over in front of TY2's base and a couple of Swarms up, I don't know what TY2 can do. Like a couple of Swarms over this and he just rushes in with everything, and TY2's got nothing to defend, right? I think that would just be game ending. So TY2's got to find a way to get some damage done right away, and it looks like dropships are the answer for him.
Yes, and one thing that I'm a bit worried about, or I'm wondering, is that he got his Defiler mount for quite a while, but he had not made a single Defiler so far, and only now starting his consume research. So, yeah, as you said, I think if he made the Defiler right away, he could actually get to these lurkers in front of the natural of TY2, and then cast a Dark Swarm. And then it's so hard for TY2 to get out, it's almost impossible.
Yeah, he tried to do some damage with those dropships, but the D Matrix one does get picked off from Bakuryu. A couple of Scourge and some Muta hits. He does save the other one, but at what cost? TY2 is going to try and break the front here now. I think he will be able to do it. He's going to lose a bunch of bio, but he is going to be able to at least get back out on the map, which is something. Like, I don't know. He doesn't really have enough army to fight or contest any positions of the Zerg at the moment, but at least he's not contained and choked into his natural now.
Yes. Defiler is out on the map now. Consume is done right now. So now the Dark Swarm can come into play. And we see Plague researching as well. And we have a little fight in the middle maybe. Baku not really watching. Okay. Pulls it back in time.
Yeah. You don't want to be throwing away a bunch of free units here to the Terran army. He's going to go for a surround here. It looks like he's going to be able to pick off most of the bio. Losing all of his Lings, a bit unfortunate, but I think just even resetting TY2's Marine count is good for Baku at this time. Being on 4 bases himself, 4 gases. We do have a dropship coming in though at the 6 o'clock base, and there's nothing really here to defend for Bakuryu.
Yeah, the Nidus is coming, but if TY2 can't focus this Nidus, there's no help coming. He needs to focus this Nidus. Okay, I guess they are just lean streaming in, and the mutas are also coming back. But that was a nice job.
Yeah, no medics here to help keep these Marines alive, so he will clean this up with his remaining Mutalisks and Zerglings here. Meanwhile, what do we have going on? It looks like TY2 has taken a 3rd CC, building that way back in his main base. He's going to float it down to at least the mineral only here. A couple of vessels actually at the top left doing the eraser trick here. Drones are just kind of spread out everywhere. Don't know how many kills they got. Doesn't look like many, but...
it just looks like only 2. Or maybe I actually saw some vessels irradiating the lurker, so maybe only 1 or so. But yeah, I don't know. TY2 definitely is in a bit better position. I think the straight in the middle was very nice, and now he's actually pushing towards the natural, but I'm not sure if he can do anything here.
A couple of vessels go down. There is a Defiler ready, so Dark Swarm will be able to hold on for Baku. But, I mean, TY2's doing a pretty good job of fighting back. He's out on the map. He's looking to put some pressure. He's taking a 3rd base here. Like, Bakuryu had such a lead and it's starting to dwindle. Like, TY2 is getting back into this game, and if Bakuryu's not careful, he may end up throwing away his lead completely.
Yes, that could be the case. Oh, but vessels are dying. He needs to save his vessels here. And where's the additional tech? Ah, okay, just now Ultralist Cavern is coming. Upgrades are researching as well. What are the upgrades right now? I think, oh, 2-2 already for Baku, very nice. And also 2-2 for TY2.
Yeah, that +3 attack is almost done for those Marines as well. He's taking a 4th command center. Looks like TY2 is planning to take 12 o'clock here as that command center is floating over. And we have battlecruiser tech out now as well. First 2 battlecruisers are just about to pop out for TY2. So yeah, this is looking almost worse and worse for Baku as time goes on. I thought he was in a very good position there, but TY2 has done a nice job of fighting back into this game, and I'd say it's anybody's game at this point even.
Yeah, this looks a lot better, but I'm a bit scared when the Ultralists are coming. The armor is researching now, the first Ultralist is in production, and Baku still has a lot of lurkers, so I don't think this army of TY2 can do anything here.
Yeah, especially with that nice plague going down, draining all the medic energy, or a lot of this medic energy here, and injuring a lot of Marines. He does pick off a Defiler with 1 Marine, so that's nice, but looks like Bakuryu's going for a little bit of push here. Yeah. Nice irradiates on these lurkers. He's going to kill a lot of them. But still not enough. He's got to back up a little bit.
Yeah, the vessel count is increasing here. He has a total of 8 vessels right now. And the vessels in the natural have also a lot of energy here. We have almost like... Yeah, we have 4 irradiates almost. 6 actually. 6 irradiates. And the battlecruiser is harassing this bottom expansion. Of course, can't do any damage with this Dark Swarm here, but I mean that's taking some of the attention of and focus and Defiler energy away from Baku.
Yeah, got a nice little plague on that as well. So we're gonna do a lot of damage to that battlecruiser. Looks like both players were had plans of taking that 12 o'clock base. The command center and a drone just hanging out there together. Looks like TY2 is going to send a small army to clean that up so he can secure that for himself. Meanwhile, a couple of Lings just scouting around, checking out the mineral base. Maybe we're going to be able to pick off a few SCVs, or just hang out there for now.
And drop in the main. The drop in the first games, or the drops, did do a lot of damage, but this time he's not focusing. So this time he was not actually he did not actually manage to pick off anything, and the Scourges are coming, and yeah, he cannot unload here many lurkers, so this is dying.
So he does pick off that dropship. We do have ultras on the field now. Drone transfer going up to the top left, but Terran's sitting here on 4 bases. If Bakuryu can't find a way to deny some of these bases, he could start to get into trouble here. We need to see some kind of push here, something from Bakuryu to deny something of TY2. Like we can see in the supplies, TY2 is actually 50 supply up of Bakuryu right now.
Yeah, and 2 more shuttles or dropships are coming to the 6 o'clock base. I don't think he can do anything here, but maybe he can fly into the main, or he can fly into the spores. Okay, that was close, but yeah, ultras are already waiting. Oh, can he let him unload, or... Okay,
a couple
Baku
of Scourges flying in.
Reacting.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice
so this drop's
there.
not doing anything here. And from the games I've seen from Baku, he's always just using his Defilers defensively, just basically defending all those expansions with Dark Swarm. And only when he has his Ultralists and armor upgrade and speed upgrade for everything for the Ultralists, then he actually goes for the first aggressive move. And I think we are approaching this moment quite soon.
A bit of an eraser in the top left, but those vessels are going to get picked off from a couple of Hydras here. Alright, it looks like Zerg is going to start pushing the Terran back here. Another eraser actually at the natural Baku, which was more successful, killing all the drones there.
Oh wow.
And now he's flying over to that 6 o'clock base, just out of reach of some Scourge that are flying away from them. Okay, here they go.
Yeah, and these ultras are all irradiated and they are all moving together as well, so they are actually all dying here. Usually an irradiate cannot kill an ultralist because it will just keep some of its HP when the irradiate expires, but in this case, because they were all bunched together, the damage actually stacked from multiple irradiates, so all these ultras are basically wasted.
Yeah, that was a lot of good damage or free damage there for TY2 killing those Ultralisks. We had a couple of Lings harassing that third mineral-only base of TY2 that just got cleaned up. Looks like some Lurkers and Lings being transferred to bottom right here to secure that base for Bakuyu, but we do have a large army, bio army, pushing down towards this mineral-only here at Bakuyu, and he doesn't really have anything to defend it at the moment.
Maybe that one lurker can do it. The
One
magic
lurker
spikes.
Yes. Well, I mean, if he doesn't scan or something. All right, there we go.
Ah,
It does
good
get like
last
5
shot.
kills. So. Yeah. All right, 3 Ultralisks come in, and they'll be able to clean up a lot of this bio. If not all of it, yeah.
Yeah, you can see the power of the ultras here. And overall, I still think Bakery got... Yeah, okay. No, I want to say that TY2 actually... GG's out. Baku just had a very nice economy, and with the ultras, he was able to control this game. And we have a game 5 ahead of us. Nice.
Yeah, are we going to get the reverse sweep out of Bakuryu? That was a really nice game. Like, good comeback coming out of Bakuryu here. I mean, that game was kind of a little bit back and forth. It looked like Bakuryu was ahead for most of it, but then TY2 was starting to pressure. It looked like he might even come back and take the game. But in the end, Bakuryu was able to overcome TY2 and force a game 5 here.
Yes. And game 5 will be on Whiteout. That's an interesting map.
Yeah, I wonder who this favors. Like, I feel like it might favor Zerg a little bit just because of the mutas being able to have vision over the high ground. If Zerglings, or over the, that
The
weird forest.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, the game is loaded. Let's go. So, in the bottom position on Whiteout, we have our Terran. It is TY2.
And in the top right, in the pale green, we have our Zerg, who fought back from being down 0-2 to tie this series up 2-2. Can he go all the way for the reverse sweep? It's Bakuryu.
Yeah, we'll see about that. So far, we have seen pretty much every single game the same build out of Baku, only that he did the Lingolin in one of the games, but it was at least the same opening. And TY2 also went for the Gaslex expansion every game, but he did some little slight variations with sometimes second barracks before the gate, before the gas, sometimes eBay and Academy before the second Rex. So most of the games were pretty much the same general build order. So let's see if we have the same here.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see Bio again coming out of TY2. He's shown he's just played Bio every time, hasn't mixed in any mech plays. And we'll probably see again a 3-hatch build coming out of Baku, but hey, if any time to mix it up is Baku and do something unpredictable or unexpected, it might be now. So we'll see.
Yes.
Drone is going out. Okay, I was going to say, where's that drone going? He's just going to go and scout, and so he is sending that second one to take a hatchery here at his natural. So perfectly standard so far. That's an interesting barracks position here by TY2.
Yeah, that's weird.
The back corner of his base. Is he hoping, like, okay, I think he's trying to hide it to do an early bio push. Bakuryu's going to get in here and only see one barracks being built. He should be able to notice that the second barracks, or the barracks he's building out front, isn't very far done. So will he be able to pick up on that? Oh, okay, never mind. That isn't a drone. That's just an overlord, so he may not even see this.
Yeah, let's see. But if he sees it, he will for surely know that this can't be the first barracks. This must be the second one.
Yeah.
I mean, such a play maybe works against, I don't know, D rank or so on ladder, but not against these high-level players here. Baku for sure knows the timings of the Rex. But yeah, he's actually not scouting it. He wants to save his overlord. He's scared of the Marines, so this goes unscouted, and that can be very dangerous for the Zerg player.
Yeah, he actually, I mean, TY2 could have even built those two barracks beside each other, and back you still wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
But because like Baku doesn't even scout to see if the gas was taken from TY2, so this could even be a mech build and he wouldn't know. He does have that overlord, so he sees the SCV and Marine coming out here. Probably assumes that it's a barracks expand now with the SCV there, but I mean, we already have 2 Rax's Academy coming down. Is this just like a fake out by TY2 sending that SCV there? I think it is. He doesn't have money for a command center, so this is just to make back you think he's doing Rax expand when really he's doing a 2-base Academy push, because that Academy is being started here.
Yes, exactly. Sending this SCV there in the overload vision, that's a very nice tactic here by TY2. And Baku, is he getting the speed? No, he's not getting any speed. He even only now starts mining gas, and he has no idea this is coming.
He has started a creep colony already, which makes me think he does suspect something might be up. He might be just getting it thinking, okay, TY2 could have gone for a gas. He does see these 4 or 5 Marines out here now doing some pressure, so that might tip him off a little bit that, hey, this is something's up here. This guy has a few too many Marines.
Yes, now he knows for sure with that Marine count, and he's getting a second sunken right now. And we see drones, but there's not a single circling here. Okay, there's one single circling. Okay, there's the second one, and now he's actually getting more drones. Yeah, I guess he's confident with those 2 sunkens, but the medics are coming soon, and that will be dangerous. The sim and the medics are coming, and then those 2 sunkens will not be enough.
Throws one Marine away there. But yeah, I mean, Baku still doesn't know that there's no command center there. I mean, he still probably assumes there is a command center. He has no idea about the medics. So where does he go? If he doesn't catch wind of this attack coming soon, like, it's definitely going to hit before Mutalisks or Lurkers or anything are going to be ready. Stim is done now. We have 3 barracks even. So this is a pretty all-in attack coming out of 2i2. If he can't do the damage, and Baku knows it. Look at this. He's throwing down 2 more. He's like, I think something suspicious is going on. He's throwing down 2 more creep colonies.
Yeah, that shows how good of a player he is. He actually knows what's going on. And how does he know that? He did not see the natural. He just saw maybe the marine numbers, and he saw that TY2 is trying so aggressively to make sure that Overlord stays on this cliff. He had some marines moving on this cliff here. He had some marines moving at the edge of the cliff here. So this maybe tipped Baku off.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's star sense is what they call it, right? And he is going to see this, all these Marines now. That Ling is going to confirm no command center as well, so I want to see him even throw down more sunkens. He knows all he has to do here is live, right? And you can see just do that. He's throwing down 2 more now. So TY2 is going to stim and move across the map. Like, he's got to go all in, and he's got to bust him now. This game is about to end one way or another, so. And
yeah,
because Baku is aware, I think. Yeah, sorry.
I would even like to see him get more, because he really only has to survive at this point.
Yeah, he should know, like, all he needs to do is live. And, alright, 2i2 knows he has to bust here, so he's got to go soon. Seeing no more sunkens being made, he might wait for his reinforcements to join up, but he's got to bust him. Or he is going to be just too far behind economically to ever come back.
Oh man, and also look at the worker count. 17 for TY2, and here we have the attack commencing, and it doesn't look good, I think. Where are the Mutalisks? The Mutalisks are also popping right now, so I don't think he can do anything here.
Yeah, he kills 2 sunkens, but that's not going to be enough. Mutalisks are out now. All the Marines die, and with that, TY2's hopes of going to the finals are going to die as well. GG's out, and Baku completes the reverse sweep. Very nicely done.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was a big risk to take, to go for that 1 base all-in. But yeah, Baku got wind of it somehow, or he had the star sense and this game sense, and he defends it very easily. And yeah, TY2 is out in the semifinals. But congrats to Baku.
Yeah, definitely. He will be our first finalist. Very exciting games. Like, it looked like TY2 was just going to run away with the series with those 2 quick wins, but Bakary managing to pull it back with some convincing play there, pulling off that reverse sweep. So, who will he be facing in the finals? Will it be Jaeyoon or will it be Tech? BM Tech.
We'll see about that. Before we go into the next series, I just want to show the bracket again. I will also post the bracket in the chat for you to see, guys, because we have quite a bit of more viewers compared to the beginning of the stream. So the link is in the chat now, and we take a short look at the bracket again. So just so everyone knows what's going on here, we are in the semifinals, and we just saw BakuRyo taking the series with 3-2 over TY2 and advances to this first spot in the finals, and his opponent will be decided in this following series right now between Jaeyoon and Tech in a ZVP, of course, sorry.
Yeah, that's right. If Jaeyoon does advance, you would think it would be a ZVZ, but maybe not. We've seen Jaeyoon in the last round play random against Zerg. So if it does end up being Jaehoon who advances, we probably still won't have ZVZ. We may have random versus Zerg in the finals.
Yes, we could also see random versus random. We saw that also in the tournament before between those two. Was it?
TY2 and no, it was between TY2 and Jaeyoon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, TY2 and Jaeyoon. Of course. Yeah, sorry, I was a bit confused there. Of course, we'll see no random versus random. Baku will play Zerg. Sorry. Okay, overlays are prepared and the game is actually loaded, so we can start this series. Tech versus BakuRyo. First map will be Monte Cristo. We have not seen that today.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay, and here we are. So in the top left corner of Monte Cristo, we have our orange Protoss. It is DM Tech.
And in the bottom right, we have our white Zerg, Jaeyoon. So I would say maybe Jaeyoon's favorite, but from what we've seen in previous games, DM Tech can definitely mix things up. He's a little bit tricky with his play. Sometimes, like we saw him do some 2 gates, we saw him try some different kinds of builds, but we've also seen him play very strong standard style. So I'm looking forward to this series. I think this map like kind of can lend itself to some more turtley type play. I mean, the natural base is on this high ground here. You can block that off pretty easily with a forge and a gateway. And then your subsequent bases are also on high ground, and there's even an island that either player can take. So
yes,
we may be in for a long one.
and many Protosses are actually going for Nexus first on this map because the distance between the bases is so big that most Zergs will not go for an early pool like a 9 pool. But yeah, we could see that here. We see the what was it? Was it actually yeah, it was actually a 9 pool, right? 9 pool, 9 gas here for Jaeyoon. So we see that. So far, no probe moving out.
Yeah, but I mean, DM Tech does scout that. He has a probe in Jaeyoon's base here.
Yeah.
So looks like okay, the probe's coming now. So we'll probably just see the forge first, and then the cannon behind that. And there it is.
Forge builds it at 300. I know on some maps that would be definitely too late against the 9 pool, but I think on this map it's actually fine. It will be quite close still, but I think it will totally be fine from the timing. And yeah, Jaeyoon, knowing that Tech already scouted it, maybe he will actually not even go across the map right away and just chase this probe. But the probe is already leaving out of vision, so I guess he will not see that at all. So let's see. Speed is researching.
Yeah. 2 cannons being thrown down here by Tech as well, so no way that Jaeyoon's going to be able to get in there and bust Tech with these early lings. And it looks like Jaeyoon's not even going to do that. He's searching for that probe. Now he's going to turn back. Just going to keep those lings and use them to deny scouting rather than pressuring tech.
Yeah.
Assuming that tech is not going to die to these lings. And
Yes.
going to go ahead and take his natural expansion now as well.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe he will do something with the speed, but so far, yeah, he's not making more Zerglings. He is just getting drones. He's getting the lair.
Yeah, that's actually a really fast lair.
Did he
got
actually
that before his
cancel
natural.
speed? Yeah, he canceled speed actually. No, this is actually a super fast lair, and he decided. I'm not sure why he decided to do that, because that the probe of tech will scout him was pretty clear beforehand, right? So I really wonder what the thought process behind canceling the speed here is.
Yeah, if tech is observant enough, he should notice that this ling speed hasn't finished yet, and I think it would have been finished by now. So that might tip him off that this is a really quick layer coming out of Jaeyoon. Like, he's got this probe just wandering around, but no link speed. Why was the gas so early if there's no link speed? Well, must have been for layer, right? Because we can already see that the spire has been started for Jaeyoon.
Yeah. Yeah, that should definitely be like a 100% tell. No speed with such an early gas. I'm pretty sure Tech knows what's going on, and he should get that Stargate as soon as possible.
Even still, he's going to need cannons and his mineral lines to defend this. Like, that Stargate isn't going to be able to produce enough to combat the early Mutalisks, extra early Mutalisks even coming out of Jaeyoon here. Like, the Spire's already over half done, and we don't even have the core finished on DM Tech side yet.
Meanwhile, we see the top right base being taken here by Jaeyoon. And he gets its scouting probes, the first one and the second one. He gets both scouting probes here, so this is very nice with slow links. So now he can do whatever he wants, and there will be no scouting from Tech for quite a while. The Stargate just started. This could be dangerous actually, if there's, for example, a Hydralisk bust coming out. This is exactly the phase before the Corsair will finish, that the Hydralisk bust would hit. So sometimes it's very important to actually send out another probe to get that additional scouting information to see eventual Hydralisk leaving the base. But so far he is not doing that. He's just he's just adding another cannon. So he wants to just leave his probe mining, but gets the cannon anyways to be safe.
Yeah, one thing I was going to say too is Hydra Bust may not be as credible here. He might be discounting it just due to the fact that his cannons are going to have high ground advantage over the Hydralisks trying to push up here. But as I was about to say, that he did throw down that third cannon, maybe feeling a little bit fearful that it still could be a possibility here. But as we know, it's going to be Mutalisks. We already have 3 Mutalisks out going across the map. First Corsair is now just coming out. I think Jaeyoon was a little bit slower, a little bit late on getting some of those mutas out. Maybe a bit resource starved. But there's not much left here to defend. He's got no cannons at his natural, and he only has 1 Corsair done at the moment.
Yeah, the no cannons at the natural are really interesting, because he got actually 2 cannons in the main moon line. So he had this possibility in his head, in his mind, but he just didn't get a single cannon in the natural. So now he lost so many probes already. That's very difficult situations for Tech, and now he actually starts the cannons.
Yeah, these Corsairs are doing decent damage. It looks like they're just gonna sit here on hold position. They're gonna kill off a lot of those mutas. Like, Jaeyoon is focusing a lot of probes down, but while that was going on, he was taking a lot of splash damage from these Corsairs. Losing 2 mutas, a few more very badly bruised. So it doesn't look like he's going to get maybe the damage done he was hoping with this tricky build. But he's still in fine position. I mean, he's got his 3rd base up. He's going up to, looks like 5 hatcheries and a queen's nest as well. So he's about to start a hive here.
Yeah, this also very interesting. So nice, interesting game here for our first game of the series. And yeah, the hive is starting indeed, and the Corsairs are flying across the map now. So can he identify this as soon as possible, or will the Mutalisks and the Scourges actually deny the scouting?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Jaeyoon really came in with a specifically planned build for this map for its opponent or something. Like, I assume this is for maybe some kind of fast Guardians. Like, I don't know what else he'd be necessarily going for here. Like, he's not going to have enough gas to further his tech, like to go into fast Ultralisks right away or something. Especially because he's still sitting here on 2 gases. So I'm really curious. Like, is this just some kind of a Guardian rush? Even just a few Guardians, maybe over this cliff. But I mean, DM Tech has got a lot of Sares to hold that off. So
Yeah, I'm not sure about this. Yeah, he has really 6 theirs already, and the +1 is researching as well. So I don't think Guardians would be the best option here for our
yeah,
Zerg player, but yeah, it could be what he's going for. So far, we don't see really any additional takes throwing down. Okay, Hydrus then is coming now, and we see an Evolution Chamber just now. Yeah, Evolution Chamber is a good point. This is also pretty late so far.
yeah. So if he was going for something like Ultralisks, you would think he would have had that Evo chamber up a lot sooner, so he could get those upgrades going as well. He's just now restarting Ling speed.
Yes.
So yeah, like he still hasn't taken that 3rd gas, which really makes me think he can't be going for... Okay, it's gonna be a Defiler Mound. This is interesting. Is he just gonna go for a Ling Defiler follow-up of some kind? He is. Okay, he is taking that 3rd gas now. What is he gonna do with that though?
That is the question. So Tech, I'm not sure if you actually saw this so far. I don't think so. He's just staying in the base with the Corsair. Actually getting so many. This is crazy. 9 Corsairs and +1 upgrade. This will be such an interesting attack.
Maybe he thinks that Jaeyoon's really heavy committing to the Corsair Scourge, or the Muta Scourge play with, because he saw like a decent amount of Scourge here. But as we can see, he only made those few groups of Mutas and a few Scourges. Alright, Corsairs are going to fly in, get a bunch of kills here. He's going to kill the rest of the Mutas. And probably all these Overlords. No, he's going to back out instead of going after those OVs.
Yeah, maybe he tried to go for that, kill all the Overlords and then run in with the DT that he has sitting outside, but Jaeyoon actually is prepared and got a Spore colony, so that can't be killed by the Corsairs, of course. So that base will be safe for now from the DT. But what is the plan for Jaeyoon? I'm not sure. He's at half supply at this point, and he doesn't really have an army. He has no upgrades so far. I'm not sure what the plan is for Jaeyoon.
Well, he's got Lurker Aspect just finishing up now, and Consume just about to finish at the same time. So it looks like he might be just planning to be a little bit defensive for a while. I don't think he's going to necessarily have enough to push across the map here with just Lurker Defiler, especially with this big army coming out here from Tech and enough Corsairs to push back any air. We do have the robotics facility done as well and the observatory starting, so yeah, he's definitely not going to be able to push across the map. He's definitely going to have to go into some kind of a turtle-y style, or that's what it looks like his plan is here, right? Just get those lurkers and defilers and just hold on and defend until he can build up a big enough economy, maybe take a 4th base or something behind this, and eventually be able to push out again.
And yeah, he just realizes there's a wall, there are sunken, there are lurkers, he cannot commit here. And now he wants to get for the 3rd base himself.
Pretty good play, realizing there's no damage he's going to be able to do. He's just going to use his army to defend and to take a 3rd base himself.
Yes, and since Jaeyoon is just like turtling and not getting his own big army on the map, I think, yeah, Tech can really safely secure this base and maybe even get another base. We'll see.
Well, it looks like he's doing just that. He's using that shuttle to take the island here.
Nice. But
yeah, he's got enough Corsairs. He's not really afraid of losing that.
No, wait. He mined the wrong minerals. Can he place the Nexus like this, or are the minerals blocking it? I think they are blocking it, right? And he actually
mined the 1 mineral, yeah. I mean, he mined the 1 mineral that was blocking originally.
Ah, okay.
But
I thought he mined from just the normal mineral line.
Yeah. There was a 3rd mineral patch. There was 0 minerals that he mined, but I don't know if that's enough. Like, I'm assuming you can put a Nexus there.
Yeah, yeah, I guess it could. Yeah, it could fit. Yeah.
All right, but he is taking the bottom left at the same time as this is going on. So DM Tech is just gonna go and expand like crazy, being like, okay, Jaehyun's just gonna be sitting back here on these 3 bases and defending. I might as well take as many bases as I can get. So he's taking a 4th base. He's taking probably a 5th base on this island when he can afford it as well, and really just gonna get his macro going.
Yeah, we saw that before in the GosuLeague, and we see it here again. Most players tend to say, yeah, Zerg must be always at least 1 base, maybe 2 bases ahead of the Protoss. But that really depends on the position, and you can see it here. So we have Jaehyun with that super turtly style, just staying on 3 bases, super turtle up with many sunken, many spores, so he has no presence on the map. And Tech just knows that he's a smart player, and he just knows, okay, I just get more expansions then. I don't care how many the Zerg has. So this is a very nice job by Tech.
Nice plague on the Protoss army there. He gets about a control group with the Zealots, including the Dark Templar as well.
Yes.
So that'll definitely weaken that army a little bit. And we did have a little drop to that island base. So DM Tech isn't quite able to take that base for himself at the moment. And we have another drop from Jaehyun at the bottom island base. Looks like just wanting to deny. Oh, he did drop a drone as well. Add a mineral. Nice little play there, making it turn into a gas so he can actually mine this mineral out and take a hatchery himself. So Jaehyun is going to get that 4th base up, and looks like he's even going to take both islands at the same time here.
Yeah, he is. And I mean, there are so many causes. So I wonder why Tech let that happen. He could have denied that with causes for sure, but now he basically missed his timing, and the units are on the islands as well. And if he lets Jaehyun get both islands, that would mean that overall, if this goes to a super long game, then he has just less bases overall.
Yeah.
Oh, nice!
Wow.
Oh,
I don't know how many
God.
kills that was, but that was devastating. Whoa. That must have been like 15 drones or something.
It was 6. I counted 16 bloods from the from the drones, like blood piles. So I think it was 16 kills actually. What a wonderful job there.
Yeah, very nicely done by DM Tech. Definitely hurts. Gonna force Jane to build a bunch more drones to resaturate that up. But I mean, I just heard another plague off. Looks like only 4 Dragoons. Still something. But no, this is still looking good if Jaehyun can secure both of these bases. He just has to live and hold on until he can get them saturated and really get his macro going. DM Tech is going to scout that Jaehyun has this base now with those Corsairs. Nothing he can really do at the moment to slow that down, so maybe he's going to have to go into a few more shuttles and mass drop that. Or maybe we'll even see something like Arbiter Tech for recalls at some point, who knows?
Yeah, I really think now that he noticed, oh my god, Jaehyun is actually taking that base, he can't just run around here in the middle of the map and be fine, because Jaehyun is getting more expansions and he needs to do something. So yeah, now he's actually getting the additional shuttles, and I mean, he has the Corsairs, so I really think that he can easily deny this if he gets some more shuttles.
Yeah. I mean, DM Tech, he's wandering around with this army, but there's not a lot he can get done. I mean, he's throwing down a few storms, which is nice. Another huge play coming off on the Protoss army, though. Like, he's playing this like almost like it's the normal map, and just, I want to deny Zerg any more bases. I know I can't boss any positions. But he can't really do that here. Like, Jaehyun is just going to take both these islands and saturate them. Like, DM Tech's got to find a way to either get some more bases himself or deny these bases from Jaehyun.
Yeah, and the time is actually ticking to deny this top base, because the first creep colonies are coming down, and if there are many sunkens and spores on this base, then time's over. He cannot deny this anymore, and he really needs to do that. Otherwise, yeah, Zerg will just have more bases overall in the late game if he takes his right side of the map.
Yeah, I don't even know if he knows about the 6 o'clock island base here yet or not.
Yeah.
But he is taking this mineral only. There is something here in the... Oh, it's not a mineral, sorry. There is gas there. He is taking this base in the middle of the map, though. Yeah. I mean, that is something if he can get and hold that. These bases are pretty exposed. Gene doesn't quite have an army to push through here. Looks like he is going to try with a group of Lings and a Defiler. At least maybe pick off these Dragoons. Should be a nice kill if he can get them.
Oh man, you can see how fast Adrenalings can actually kill Plague Goons. It's crazy.
I think one Ling is going to take out this pylon, maybe?
Yeah.
Not quite. Just about took out that pylon. But yeah, so he's going to get this base. It looks like he's going for a mass drop here at 12 o'clock. I don't know how well this is going to go.
The observer is there. No focus by Jaeyoon. Oh, it's close, but yeah, he gets it. I think he gets it.
Yeah, and that's the kind of the play he needed. If this base had gone on too much longer uncontested, Jaeyoon would be in a great spot going into the later game here. But it looks like he will be able to kill that off, so nicely done by Tech while getting up a new base himself. So all of a sudden things are starting to turn around and look good for him here. Jaeyoon is finally going to take that fourth base on his side of the map. It is still quite open. Like there's definitely a few avenues for attack here from Protoss. But Jaeyoon does have a lot of lurker laying here, a couple defilers. So he should be able to hold on. I don't know about this tech. Okay. He is going to go ahead and pull back now, which I think is the right play.
Yes. Yeah, and I think he just saw this with the observer there on the top. So he scouted this normal third base location, which is the fifth base for Jaeyoon right now. And maybe he can now attack maybe in another pass, but first he has to defend this attack by Jaeyoon. Jaeyoon is finally ready to do some aggressiveness. Or yeah, to be aggressive and do some attacks here.
Yeah, a couple of nice swarms. Unfortunately, one of those lurkers isn't quite under the swarm, but he does survive for now. Bunch of Lings coming in, a couple of Hydras. Looks like he will be able to kill this base. So kind of a base for base situation here. I mean, DM Tech managed to kill that island base, but Jaeyoon is going to kill this middle base. And we do have another little fight going over here. A group of Hydras against a ton of Archons.
Yeah, so many Archons. That's crazy. That is actually a very good counter to Dark Swarm, because especially when there are only Zerglings and no Ultralists. So if you have so many Archons, they will still just shredlings under Dark Swarm anyways.
And just because of the splash damage, even though their main damage is being negated.
Yes.
So where do we go from here? Looks like we have a drop headed towards the island base, potentially, but Jaeyoon's got Scourges in position, so DM Tech is probably not going to be able to get in here. Okay, maybe he still will. Yeah, here we go. Another Storm Drop coming out. 6, 7, 8 kills on that one Templar, 3 on the other. 4.
Yes, very nice drop again.
Nice. Yep, another 12 kills for his Storm Drops, for his troubles there. Meanwhile, what do we have? It looks like DM Tech is going to take that 12 o'clock base for himself now, transferring a probe over there and getting a Nexus up. So this could be 5 base on 5 base, and if this goes long enough, with equal bases, Protoss trades a lot more efficiently in the super late game once, you know, things like Dark Archons and stuff start coming out between Reavers and Storm. So I feel like if this game goes the distance, with equal bases, Tech should have a slight advantage.
Yes, and yeah, to get those equal bases, it was so important to get that, or to deny that top expansion by Jaeyoon, and now he actually takes the expansion himself. He has 2 Archons there, but there is the job, and Tech is actually not prepared for this, I think. Oh, the storms are good.
That was amazing storms. It killed so many units. He is actually going to be able to defend this. Oh, okay, there's 2 lurkers. He's got no observer though.
No observer. Oh, and he lost a lot of units in the middle here. A lot of the Archons are now dead, actually. Only 4 left.
Yeah, a few Lings gonna try and pick off that Nexus, maybe. Not gonna happen. Storms his own observer. But he will hold that for now. Can he save his island base? He needs to get an observer over there. That's all he needs to save it at the moment.
Yes, that is so important. Where is the observer? There's an observer in the natural, but I don't see any other observer. Okay, it's moving towards the natural, towards this island right now. But there is actually an overlord and scourges waiting, so that could be very important, and that could mean this nexus will die.
Yeah, he is sending the observer somewhere else now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, he actually knows about the scourges, it looks like, or at least about the overlord, so he's flying from another angle, and now he can kill those lurkers.
But there's another drop coming in from Jaeyoon. Just a few Lings. I don't think that's going to be enough. Or maybe it is, okay? Or is it? No. The storm kills the last couple of Lings, so the Nexus survives for now, but Jaeyoon is so close here by air that he can just load up another overlord, drop some Lings to finish that Nexus off.
Yes, so this is really the most important part of the map, it looks like. This island, who can secure it? If Jaeyoon can secure it, that means he will be at 6 bases versus 4. And remember, the main base and the natural of Tech are already mined out. And of course, for Jaeyoon as well.
Yeah, but we have this big army coming in from Tech here towards this base here from Jaeyoon. Does he have enough to defend? Very nice, quick Dark Swarm with a few lurkers, but there's Reavers here, there's Archons. I don't know if this is going to be enough. He is sending a lot of army. Oh, he loses the Observer, though. So many Templars with this army as well. Look at this. It's like 10 Templars in this army.
Yeah, but it looks like all hope is lost for Tech.
It looks like Jaeyoon's probably going to be able to clean this up. So many storms. He even killed his own shuttle with a storm.
Oh man, if you see 4 storms right next to each other overlapping, you know, okay, maybe I have a bit too many Templars and should move some more Archons.
Yes. Well, he is going to get those Archons up. Some more Lings and a couple Lurkers running in here. I don't think this is an Observer, so this army won't really be able to push any further. But he is going to be able to kill this Lings and Hydras, so he does keep at least part of his army intact there. Still would like to see a drop coming out of Jaeyoon here for that 12 o'clock base. Before, I mean, DM Tech can kind of secure it further. I mean, both players have seemed to have forgotten about it almost. We have a couple of cannons being thrown up. Maybe if Jaeyoon sees these cannons being built, he'll load up and drop something there. Okay, we are going to have a drop there now.
Yeah, and there's only one High Templar, one single storm, and that will not be enough to kill all those units. Except if he unloads all on the same place. Okay, but
he unloaded a drone with that too, but the drone did get picked off and killed, so he's not going to be able to retake that just quite yet. Even going to throw up a swarm over the morphing cannons for good measure. Looks like we had another drop too at that 4 o'clock base of Jaeyoon. Lost a bunch of drones. Just so much action going on everywhere, it's hard to keep track of everything. It looks like this base will go down for another time and switch hands back to Jaeyoon. Maybe? Okay, if some Zealots are actually being dropped down here, will it be enough? There is a Lurker here. It's just not burrowed at the moment.
Yeah, he needs another Overseer again. Overseer, what am I talking about? Observer. This is really such an interesting fight on this island all the time, back and forth. But I think Jaeyoon got it. He has a Lurker here. He has 3 more Lurkers morphing. He's dropping more units now. I think he can actually deny this base now.
Yeah, he kind of needs to. DM Tech is taking that retaking that middle base there, but critically his 3rd base is about to mine out. He's got a little less than a third of the minerals left at his 4th base, so he really does need a 5th base here to hold on to somewhere. Be it this island or the middle base. If he can't hold on to either of these bases, then Jaeyoon's eventually gonna run away with this game here.
Both players are just dropping this island here.
Yeah, it's pretty funny watching them back and forth, so close to defending it, so close to killing it. These 5 Lings or 6 Lings here look like they will finally kill this Nexus off. And
Yes.
it looks like Jaden's even going to drop a couple more Overlords with the units just to be so sure. And he will be able to retake that base for himself if he wants it.
And with that, I think we are almost at an end, because Tech is actually, he has no more mining in the main base, also not in the natural. The third base is also mined out now. So he only has that bottom left base that is not super super long for this world here either, and then he only has that middle base here that is getting attacked all the time by Jaeyoon. So this could be the last base. Well, Jaeyoon still has this base here, the usual third location. The top right is actually mined out, but he has both of those islands now. So Jaeyoon actually has a lot more economy here.
Yeah. Like I said, DM Tech was barely mining. He's just now starting to mine that middle base. Jaden's still got quite a lot of money at his 6 o'clock island, and he has started to retake that 12 o'clock. Now, if he can secure both of those bases, he'll be fine. He's got a lot of minerals left at that third base still. Granted, it's only 6 patches. He hasn't even taken the gas there yet, though. Like, he's got a bit of a gas bank. He's got a ton of gas reserve there if he needs it. Yeah, what's the play from here? I mean, DM Tech looks pretty fortified at this base with a few Reavers and some Archons. But he still needs to stomp something out or take another base himself, because even now it's 5 base Protoss against 6 base Zerg. Like, he either needs that other island or that second mineral base if he wants to continue to fight here with Jaeyoon.
Yes, and now sadly he has no more Corsairs anymore, and Jaeyoon really makes sure that this island is super well defended. He has so many Scourges sitting around, many Overlords. He's unloading more Zerglings now. He has Lurker Spirit, so this is really well secured now. And yeah, we see a lot of Archons, so maybe those Archons can do it. Let's see.
Yeah, we got like a control group worth of Archons here. That's a lot of gas, pretty crazy. But I will say, I mean, you can, I mean, the longer this game goes on, the more these gas units have value, especially on Protoss, because Archons are so cheap mineral-wise compared to their gas value.
Yes.
But he is going to have less resources and less mining than Jaeyoon, unless he can secure another base or take out a base of Jaeyoon's, which doesn't seem likely at this point. Both these islands are pretty nicely defended.
Yes, so right now we are at 3 bases of Jaeyoon versus 1 base of Tech. All the other bases are mined out now. And yeah, Jaeyoon still has that other base to take in the middle on his side.
Yeah.
Oh. One Reaver dies here. The Archons are a bit hidden. I'm not sure if Jaeyoon knows how many Archons there are. But I mean, let's say Tech is really securing this expansion. This expansion is not dying for him. That's still only 1 expansion against 3. It's still not a good position. He not only needs to actually have this base secured, he actually needs to kill another base or secure another base himself as well. He can not only sit on his 1 base. That's not gonna work.
Well, it looks like he's planning to take this other main base or other middle base. He's got a couple probes here. Maybe they're just hotkeyed in with their army. That happens. I mean, I've not. Okay, another probe is coming here. Looks like he's going to try and secure that middle base. Now, if he can secure this middle base and mine it out, I think he's going to be in a great spot. Just because Protoss trades so much more efficiently in the super late game. Even bases, I think I would give him the advantage. I would almost kill these middle temples at this point if you're going to take this base.
Yes.
Just because it allows you a lot easier access to save both of your bases, right? So.
Yeah.
We'll see if he wants to do that.
We now see Jaeyoon making a lot of Hydralisks, and Hydralisks are usually a very good unit against mass Archons. So against Hydralisks you need a lot of storms, and if you have no storms, those Archons will not help you that much. Archons are great against Zerglings, Ultralisks, and maybe even a bit against Lurkers, but not against this mix of Lurkers and many Hydras. So you can see Tech is just running away from those Hydras. And with that, he needs to cancel this base attempt in the middle on Jaeyoon's side.
Unfortunately, yeah, he's trying to run back towards his cannons or something. He's got like a bunch of shuttles and only a couple of Reavers. I would like to see those Reavers, maybe some more Reavers and a couple of Reavers with that army too. Looks like he's going to bring a couple of these Reavers over now. And this is what he needed kind of with when he was trying to take that base. If he had a couple of Reavers, they do a lot of splash damage to Hydras as well. Could probably have stayed and fought and maybe even been able to secure that base. But as it is, it looks like Jaeyoon has pushed him back for now. DMTech did kill off that army, so he can potentially push back across the map, but we have a bunch more lurkers and hydras being morphed here between the natural and third base there of Jaeyoon.
Yes.
Third base is starting to get a little bit lower, maybe about a third, a little bit less than a third of the resources, but his island is, one island is also pretty low, but that top island still has plenty of resources for Jaeyoon, whereas DMTech's has about 2/3 left of that base, so he really needs to make something happen here pretty soon.
So these Reavers are very important against this army of Jaeyoon. But it looks like they're slowly dying. Are there more Reavers coming somewhere? Are there more Reavers sitting around? Are there Reavers being built? No, it does not look like it. So those two Reavers are the last two Reavers, and this is a big army by Jaeyoon.
Yeah. Well, he does have 2 more Reavers in the bottom left and a shuttle there as well. He's not using them. I would like to see him bring those into the fight, or at least somewhere useful to help, because like Reavers are really important late game here as well. Yeah, because he has no Reavers with this army at the moment. Still a good number of Archons, a couple of Templars, some Zealots here. Still trying to take that base. I mean, the Nexus is about to finish up, so it's going to come down to, can he secure and hold this base? If he can, I think he has a good shot at winning this game, but if he can't, if Jaeyoon's able to deny this or take this base himself, he'll win this game. Alright, 2 more Reavers have now just joined the fight, so that's very nice for him.
Oh man, this is a really intense moment here. This fight on this, about this expansion. But I just realized, if Jaeyoon just burrows some lurkers on this little high ground next to the mineral line, he could actually deny the mining completely. So even if Tech can secure the base, that doesn't mean he can mine. And actually Jaeyoon is dropping the first lurker here on the low ground, but maybe he realizes he can put it on the high ground as well.
A plague on those probes as well, just to do some extra damage and kill him that much quicker with this lurker. Bit unfortunate for him. Does kill off that lurker, but losing a bunch of probes in the process.
Oh,
I feel like this is still, it still seems like it's anybody's game here. If DMTech, like I said, like we've been saying, if he can hold this base, I feel like he's got the advantage. But if Jaeyoon takes this base out, I think he will win the game.
Yes, at this point, I mean, all the bases are on the non-island. The non-island bases are pretty much mined out as well. This usual third base is almost mined out. So then we only have the top 12 o'clock, which is very fresh, and the 6 o'clock that is getting close to being mined out as well. So Jaeyoon doesn't have unlimited resource anymore, but here we see mass guardians. And what is their forte? A bunch of Archons, Reavers, and Zealots. That will not gonna cut it.
Yeah, this could be a nice play, because like you said, Jaeyoon is about to mine out of 2 of its bases, so he's only going to be mining from 1 island base here shortly. And then DMTech will have a little bit of a economic advantage, but what does he have to deny these Guardians?
Yeah.
Just a few storms?
Yes, and there are so many more Guardians, so even if he kills these first 3, there are 5 more, or actually 4 more in the back, so he needs so many storms. You need like 2 storms per Guardian, so that's a total of 7 Guardians, so 14 storms if Jaeyoon spreads them well enough. And I'm not sure if Tech has so many.
Yeah, even 1 Devour here, just in case. Yeah, denying the mining here for now. Even just stopping him from mining this until he mines out would be a win for Jaeyoon. He's sending in a few more units now. Gonna try and pick off some of this army. Not gonna get much of it for his army. He does pick off one of the Reavers though, which is very nice.
Yes. Yeah, still more Guardians are coming. still 3 left, and now he's actually burrowing lurkers near the Nexus as well, and Tech doesn't have so many storms anymore, like 5 more storms, maybe, okay, only 2 more storms now.
Yeah, this is a very close game. But it looks like this Nexus is probably eventually going to go down. It's so close, like, it's only got a little under 400 HP left, but Tech is still holding onto it for now, but the problem is he's not mining from it. However, neither is Jaeyoon. And like we said, Jaeyoon's down to 1 mining base now. Just this 12 o'clock island. It's got a little bit more resources than Tech's middle base here that he's currently mining from, but this is literally going to come down to who can mine from this last base. And
Yeah,
is he going to be able to kill this base?
It looks like he is, and then I think it all doesn't matter for Tech to get that other base if he cannot hold this base and loses all his probes here.
That's a big blow to Tech. So he has really no mining at the moment now. 2 probes mining at that base, but that is barely anything. Jaeyoon sitting here with about half of his island left. A bunch of guests. He's even sent a bunch of drones to try and mine from this base, but that Reaver shut that down.
I mean, this Nexus is still alive, but it's not mining at all for Tech. So Tech actually right now with 0 mining, and it doesn't really look like that will change in the near future. So he has also no more gas, really, just slow dripping gas from his depleted simulators. So he can maybe get some additional Templars here, like every now and then, but this is really the last big army that Tech is gonna get. I think, oh my god, he goes for the attack now.
Well, he does clear out this high ground spot, and he is mining from this base. He's got 3 probes there. He needs to get some more built and mining from there. But what does Jaeyoon have to defend? Like, I think Tech is going to be able to take out this base. It's not really that critical. I mean, yes, there's still a bunch of gas here, but Jaeyoon has a big gas bank. He doesn't really need this position all that much. Like, he doesn't need this base. But, okay, another Guardian coming in and picking off those few probes mining for Tech as well.
Oh, man. Oh, maybe he can pick off the Reaver. That would be important. And yes, it looks like Tech is not reacting. The shuttle could pick it up, but yeah, it's just... Oh, very close.
So
he
close.
realized it in the end there, but... Oh man, that's a big blow.
Yeah. Well, Tech is down to 200... Okay, down to 7 minerals with 0 mining going on. He does have probes left on the map. He is making a few queued up at that Nexus. So he can get mining going again. Jaeyoon still has mining, but like we said, he's getting lower and lower at this island base.
Yeah, I wonder why he's not transferring his probes that yes. Doesn't he, like, did he forgot about those probes? I'm not sure.
You could even send those probes to long distance mine currently from that base that just got taken out in the middle.
Yes, for sure. Oh man. So there's a question in the chat, how much minerals does the Zerg have left? So he has still this base at the top, and that's it, because the 6 o'clock is mined out. I mean, there's a small like block in the main and here in the top right corner, but I guess it's only this 12 o'clock base here for Jaeyoon, and it's only this base here for Tech. And now he's actually transferring the probe. So can he get some income in there? Or can Jaeyoon somehow deny it? I mean, the supply is pretty nice for Jaeyoon, but I don't see his units. Where is the supply?
Oh, it looks like he wants to go for maybe a Nexus Snipe. I mean, he plagued it. He's got a couple of Mutalisks sitting out there. I don't think 2 is going to be quite enough because of the shields, but
yeah.
Or maybe he's going to turn them into Guardians and go for a Nexus Snipe.
And we also have Mass Queens sitting in the natural.
Yeah, I just noticed that as well, yeah.
Oh man, what a first game of the series. That's really insane here. And we see another little Defiler getting loaded up in an Overlord and now flying towards that base. And those 2 Mutalisks that you mentioned are now morphing into Guardians. So this is the plan here. He wants to plague this Nexus one more time, and then actually snipe it with the Guardians.
Yeah, if possible. Although these Guardians, are they going to finish in time? The army's coming down here.
Oh, they
Looks
need
like
to
the army's
retreat.
going to pick off. Maybe.
Nice split.
Nice quick split. But he is going to lose both those Guardians, so he isn't going to get that Nexus snipe off. And yeah, one of his mineral patches is about to run out at that island. He's actually loaded up all his units from the island, moving them back out into the mainland. Same with the bottom base, except for a couple of Zerglings just patrolling down there and the drones.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to start getting some broodlings on these Templars.
Oh, nice. Yeah, 1 kill on 4 queens here, so 4 successful broodlings. And he still has 2 more.
Yeah. Problem is, Jaeyoon's going to run out of money. He needs to deny this base or get his own. Or DM Tech is eventually going to win by just outmining him from this base.
Huh. Broodling attack on the Zealot here. That was a weird decision. Are there no more? Yeah. I guess there's 1 High Templar there, and there's 1 Reaver. Maybe that's also a nice target for that queen here. Okay, goes for the High Templar. So no more High Templars in the middle of the map here. There are some sitting around at expansions or in the natural, but maybe like a big Hydralisk army could actually kill this, but I'm not sure. This is just a close game here.
Yeah, well, he couldn't use Broodling on the Reaver anyway. It works only on the Zealots and the Templars, or Dragoons. Little Lurker drop to deny some mining here. But it's only going to deny the mining. He still doesn't get that Nexus. And DM Tech is going to be able to clean that up and continue mining.
Okay. Yeah, so the supply, usually you say when it's even supply Zerg is ahead, but I mean he needs to get all his units together and actually go for a big attack. I think these small little mini attacks with like 1 or 2 Guardians, 1 or 2 Lurkers every time are not super effective because Tech can every time he can just storm it or pick it off with a small amount of units, and that's usually when Protoss gets a lot of effective trades. And then he just recharges his energy, or he builds his Scarabs. I think a big attack from Jaeyoon must come, otherwise I don't see this going to end well here.
Yeah, he did try and take that other middle base, sorry. Yeah, we do have a few Hydras going to pick off that gas. Anything he can get. A couple Lurkers going to deny mining here again. But yeah, Jaeyoon's
so nice.
Yeah, he's just about to mine out here. 2 of these patches are about to finish. He's only got a couple hundred minerals left. He still has like 400 minerals in that top right base if he really needed it, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. If he can't find a way to deny this base of DM Tech, he is going to lose the game.
Yes, but yeah, maybe these Lurkers and Hydras could kill the Archons now. But so far the Archons are still too strong. He needs a few more. He still has some minerals, so it's not like he's completely on his last units. He can still make more. Oh, some observers dying here in the top right against the spores. How many observers are there? Okay, 1 with the army and 1 at the top here. That's also an important question.
Yeah. Well, these probes are also long distance mining from this other middle base now for DM Tech. So even though he only has a couple of probes at this one base, he's still mining.
Yes.
What do we have? A group of Hydras, a couple of Lings, and a couple of Lurkers. Still denying the mining here from DM Tech. I mean, if Jaeyoon can permanently stop mining from this base, then we could even get into a situation where it would be like, oh, we're going to have a draw because neither player can mine from it. But I just feel like the army's still too big here. If he continues to broodling all of these Zealots and he's only left with a few Archons, maybe he can force a draw.
Yeah, there were just 3 storms in a row by Tech next to a Lurker. And yeah, that means he has no more energy now, and this Lurker will still stay here. All the High Templars are getting Broodlinked here, it looks like. Yes, they are.
Well,
And now I think this Hydrolith Force can just kill this base, right? And then he could maybe mine there himself.
yeah. If he knows that. We do have an Arbiter being built back at Protos's base. I don't know what this is all about. But,
Nice. Arbiter
48-minute
PvZ.
Arbiter timing. 49-minute Arbiter timing.
Could this be our longest game? I'm not sure. We are approaching 50 minutes now. Could
Yeah.
be.
I mean, Jaeyoon's completely out of mining. He still has a little bit of minerals in his top right if he sends a few drones over there to mine it, but... Yeah, if he doesn't kill this base, I mean, or get the base himself, DM Tech is long distance mining here, and this is going to give him the minerals he needs to win the game.
Okay, and he finally gets that lurker away from that high ground, but now another lurker comes and will deny the mining again. But this is actually nice that he has the shuttle here now, so he can always load up his High Templars, so they are not getting Broodlinked. So that's very nice of him.
Yeah, one Devour comes over here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's going to accomplish, but yeah, I mean, if you have it, why not place it there? Maybe you can snipe off the Overseer, but not really.
Yeah, well... DM Tech is still mining. I mean, I think Jaeyoon's going to have to go for one last play here at some point.
Yes, every second that passes is basically 1 second for tech here. He's not even mining bad. He's mining actually a lot here with all those probes, long distance mining. It's actually quite nice. I mean, you can still make High Templars. They don't cost a lot of minerals, and you are still getting gas from all your depleted geysers. So that's still a nice economy for tech, considering the situation.
Well, we do have the Arbiter here in play now. He's got enough energy for Stasis, which just finished upgrading.
Yeah.
I think he's just content to sit here and keep mining all these minerals here.
Yeah, of course, that's the best decision he can make. I mean, he
Yep.
is getting minerals right now, and Jaeyoon is getting no minerals right now. So, obviously, this is a very good situation for Tech the longer it goes. But now, Jaeyoon is actually approaching this army. And there is another Reaver. This Reaver is also very important again. The army is getting plagued, and I think he needs some more Overlords. If this Overlord is getting picked off... Oh, the Arbiter is dying.
This is the last ditch effort here from Jaeyoon. Huge storm on those Hydras. It looks like he's not going to have enough to break this, and with that, I think DM Tech takes the game here.
Yes.
Even Stasis the Overlord.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think you need some more Overlords, because relying on a single Overlord against an Arbiter is not the safest way, and yeah, he has nothing left, so... GG, 51 minutes and 10 seconds. What a game.
And that was still only game one.
Yes, we have some more awesome games between these two players coming in the next games. Yeah, so let's go to the next game.
All right.
Okay, map will be Neosulfate. Let's see if we have another epic game. I mean, it all started with Jaeyoon actually doing exactly this style of play. I mean, Jaeyoon decided he wants to camp, he wants to take up to Hive, he wants to play this turtly game that often goes into the very late game, but in the end Tech was still able to win it, so maybe we'll see a different strategy by Jaeyoon this time.
All right, well, we'll have to see. Here we go. Game number 2 between these two.
Yes, I'm fixing the overlay right now, and then we can jump into the game. Okay, we are ready, so let's go. Okay, so in the top position here, our Zerg player down 0-1, it is Jaeyoon.
And on the left, we have our blue Protoss who just won that epic 51-minute game. We have DM Tech.
Okay, so yeah, you already mentioned in the first game that Tech is not... yeah, okay, he's moving out the probe, is he? I just want to say he's not the player who shies away from some aggressive proxies. Okay, but the viewers are actually... the probe is actually not going
on that
to
one,
the...
he says.
Yeah, I was a bit confused reading the chat
Probably
while
talking
speaking.
about that last game,
Sorry.
epic game that we just had.
Yeah.
So what do we see here? Looks like we're probably going to have Gateway Expand coming out of Tech, which we've definitely seen him do in previous rounds. And there it is. All right.
Yeah, okay. I guess it will be just a normal Gateway Expand. And the Overlord will scout this right away, so Jaeyoon can actually prepare, and he is getting the overpull here, so this is basically the most common build order for ZVP, I would say, and he should be totally fine when he sees this.
Except it's not actually. It's going to be a 2-gate.
Yeah, okay.
He's building a second gateway behind, hoping that Jaeyoon won't go in far enough to see this and just assume that this is a gateway expand. Looks like the Overlord is still going. Will he see it? He does.
Yes.
He will see that second gateway. So a little bit of a tricky play trying to come out from Tech here, trying to disguise this as a gateway expand, but it really is a 2-gate. So will Jaeyoon be prepared for this? He definitely knows it's coming, and I think he should be able to handle it, right?
Yeah, you would think so. It's basically non-stop Zerglings from here and getting a sunken in your natural as soon as the hatchery completes. And then he should be totally fine against this. Of course, such a strategy depends heavily on micro. So if the Zealot micro is good, Tech can actually take this game. So we'll see.
Yeah, we can see he's even sending a few extra probes across. He's got 3 probes here to help fight with this. Jaeyoon's going to pull even a couple of drones to help fight with this as well. Having seen those probes come across the map. So how will the first engage go? If he could pick off a couple of probes right away, that would be really good for him. He's going to push this back for now. DM Tech is definitely not able to engage this at the moment. Going to wait until he can meet up with the second Zealot. Almost gets that first one trapped.
Yeah, now it's 3 Zealots. 3 Zealots is a way better number than a single Zealot, because you have those micro capabilities with 3 Zealots. And I think maybe Jaeyoon has to go back, but he's actually taking this fight.
A drone drill on some of these Zealots. Very nicely done. He's drilling these drones through the Zealots. He does pick off one of them at least.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this drone drill was actually good for him.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it was enough.
But he has some more Zerglings, but there are more Zealots coming, of course. So this one Zealot in the front is very low, and now only 2 here. Maybe should have pulled back to the reinforcements. And now it looks like Jaeyoon can actually surround the last Zealots.
Well, he kills the last of the probes, but there's still 3 Zealots here and only a couple of Zerglings. No sunken or anything has been started. Jaeyoon's actually banking quite a few minerals, so he could definitely throw down at least a sunken or another hatchery even if he wanted to. But
yes, for sure. He should do that right now. There's no reason to just not spend the minerals right now.
Yeah. But he's focused so much on keeping his Zerglings alive. He's actually going to send those drones to start mining as well, so he's going to have even more income. I'd like to see him throw down something with this money.
And Tech is starting his pro production again, so it looks like Tech maybe wants to transition here at some point. It looks like Jaeyoon is prepared now, but he's still not making a sunken, so I'm still a bit worried.
I mean, he looks confident in his defense here with all these Zerglings. If he can get a good surround on these Zealots. He has thrown down a third hatchery now, so he's going to have even more larvae once that completes. Like, Tech is going to have to get the damage done before he gets 3 hatchery production out here.
And here
Right,
we
here
have
goes
our
the engage.
fight.
It looks like this
Yeah.
is going good. Well, he keeps most of the Zealots alive for now. He did lose a couple, but there's still so many Zerglings coming out here for Jaeyoon. And he lost that probe. If he can get one good surround on these Zealots, and it looks like he will, picks off another one. Oh, all right. Zealots are now trapped. He's going to lose them all, and I think with that, Jaeyoon's going to be able to take this game.
Yes, I
There's
mean,
just so many Zerglings left.
yeah, Tech is still making probes, but he has big gaps, he has no wall, he has no cannon, no forge, no nexus, nothing. So that's it. Jaeyoon takes the game and it's 1-1 in the series.
Yeah, that was like a complete opposite of game 1. We had like a 50-minute game for game 1, and then game 2 is just like a 5-minute game. So
Yes.
quite a wide range here from our 2 players in the first 2 games. But hey, it's 1-1, so we're going to have at least 4 games in this series as well.
Yeah, making sure the average game length here of the series stays normal. Very nice job.
Yeah. Well, we're down to what, 27.5 minutes or so game length, so
Yeah.
average. All right.
Okay,
So
and the
whiteout.
map, yeah, next map is Whiteout. And I think Whiteout is a map where you could proxy in the middle. I'm always looking for that when I see Tech, because I saw Tech proxying 2 gateways not only once. So I'm always looking for that. Okay, but now we have our game loaded, so let's jump into it again. Here in the bottom position of Whiteout, we have our Zerg, Jaeyoon.
All right, and on the left side we have our pink Protoss, DM Tech. All right, so we've had one really long game, one really short game. Does that mean this game's going to be somewhere right in the middle?
Maybe. We see a probe leaving at 6 probes.
Okay, maybe
Yeah.
not. No,
Yeah,
it's just going to be a pylon up front.
It's a normal pylon, yeah. It's a bit early maybe, but yeah, it's just a normal pylon. And sends it to scout, so that usually says it's a forge and not a gateway.
Yeah. So we'll probably see a Forge expand coming out of DM Tech here. Jaeyoon again scouting in the right direction with his Overlord, so he will see what the tech is, what the wall is started here from DM Tech in a little bit here. Probe is also going in the correct direction and will scout that this is indeed a overpool coming out of Zerg here.
Yes. So now actually he's getting that early scouting information. He can decide if he wants to go for the cannons or if he can go for the Nexus. Maybe even Nexus first, but that's usually way too risky. Usually you get an Forge and then Nexus and then cannons. That should usually be in time for the overpool Zerglings.
All right, well, he's going to go ahead and get a 12 Forge here, but unfortunately for him, he lost his probe, scouting probe.
Oh, wow.
Trying to, I guess, harass the drones. I don't see any drones with a lot of damage, so either he killed a drone was he lost his probe, or he just lost his probe from not paying attention. I didn't see. But he's going to have to send like a second probe out there at some point, because you really want to know what Zerg's follow-up is going to be. Either that or he's just got to play extra defensive and safe. Either way, it's not a good start for him. You really want to know what Zerg is up to at all times. Like, even knowing if he's, like, Jaeyoon could be just making a bunch of lings and getting a gas and speed here, and you wouldn't know, right?
Yeah.
So, will he send another probe? Just looks like just not yet.
Yeah, he needs to at some point, otherwise there could be a Hydrodus bust or so coming as well. If you don't have scouting information before your Corsairs out, that can be too late against some early aggressions that the Zerg can do. So I guess he will get the gateway here and then send one out.
Yeah, he's even pulling a few more probes just in case there's like a ling bust coming or something. And there we do see him sending that second probe. Jaeyoon is going to spot this and try and deny it, yeah.
Yeah, meanwhile, double expansion for Jaeyoon getting a third base. This third base on this map is very wide open. That usually doesn't matter too much for the Zerg, but it will matter later on for the Protoss. But it can also matter here in this case. We'll see. But yeah, usually it's on on the same way that also leads to the natural. So on some maps we see when there's like Zealot arrests coming or speed zealots coming, they can go to two directions. They can go to the natural or they can go to the third base, and then it's very hard for a Zerg player to split his attention and to split his units to defend the zealots correctly. But on this map here, this spot is basically defending the natural as well. So this is maybe even a bit easier for a Zerg player against speedlots.
There's definitely a chance to go around still, like you're saying with those zealots, but it's just going to take extra time. Jaeyoon should be able to know that it's coming and be able to position himself, or even trap the zealots that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, as it is, Jaeyoon has stopped scouting from TM Tech from getting into the main here, which is a couple of Zerglings on the ramp. So he has no idea if there's a lair started in there, or if there's a Hydra Den, or what is going on the Zerg side.
Yes,
So
it's
it looks
scouting
like,
probe,
yeah.
but yeah, it
Yeah,
cannot enter the
can't get
main.
into the main.
But it's still important that you keep it here and you keep it alive actually. Oh, he gets even the main. Can he scout everything?
No way.
Wow.
Maybe a bit sloppy there by Jane, letting that probe get into the main there after denying it.
Yes.
So DM Tech is going to feel, yeah, he even sent a Zealot across to try and get some additional scouting, but he's going to send that back, seeing all of those links, seeing that the lair is there and done. So he's going to feel a little bit safer on what this is. Although we can see he hasn't even started a Stargate, so he's going for a fast Citadel +1 late timing maybe, or potentially just some fast DTs. But without the Sares, I don't think that is necessarily ideal. So yeah, we are going to see that +1 lake speed started. And he's going to go up to 3 gateways here as well.
Yes, and so far he still, I mean, he saw the lair, but he didn't see the spire. So he's still pretty much in the dark. But yeah, if you just get a lot of zealots and you are confident that they are early enough to attack the Zerg base before the Zerg can attack you, you can still get the scouting information that way and then prepare in your base if it's, for example, Mutalisk. I want to mention he built the Citadel before the +1 upgrade. So here you can see the Zergling Zealot speed is actually finishing quite a lot sooner than the +1. So this will be a speed Zealot attack without +1. But it will not matter anyways, I think, because there are Mutalisks being built right now.
Yeah. James only on 1 gas, so he's not going to be able to commit heavily to Mutalisk play, but he is still going to get 5 Mutalisks out to help defend the Zealot attack. He's got a couple of Sunkens here. So he shouldn't take really any damage if TM Tech decides to move out here with the Zealot leg speed.
Yes.
Templar Archives is just about finishing up, throwing down a cannon in his mineral line in his main base as well. We'll have to see where he goes from here. Some Templars, and perhaps he'll even have to make an Archon. We'll now see the Midas.
And again, there's no defense in the natural, by the way, by DM Tech, but let's check this fight first. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing the Zealots can do. I wouldn't even chase them here, I think. I would just go to see if I can do any damage with Mutalisk, and he's doing that right now. So there's still no cannon. They're just being started right now in the natural, and I think the Mutalisk can actually arrive here before they can finish, and that means he can totally deny the mining from the natural.
Yeah, he is going to get in here and do just that. Start picking off some of these probes, take out the cannon before it can warp in. Definitely a bit unfortunate. He does have an Archon morphing like we hinted at. He's going to kill the first cannon, deny all the mining here.
Meanwhile, attacking the natural here of Jaeyoon, but he has 2 Sunkens. Nice drone drill from denying the Zealots to get up in the main base. Oh, very nice block, even with the drone here. Very good job. And now only 1 single Zealot survives and gets into the main. But I mean, there are no units here so far. That Zealot can still pick off some units. Oh, but again, a nice drone drill.
Yeah, he's even pulling the Mutas back to come kill this Zealot. And there's the end of the Zealot, so maybe. Okay, there we go. But I mean, that bought him enough time. He's got 2 cannons going to be coming up here. He's got that Archon there ready, so he shouldn't take any more real damage necessarily from the Mutas. He only has 1 cannon in the main, so if Jaeyoon flew around, he could still pick off probes there. Will he check for that? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, but we also have to take a look at the worker count here. Actually, he's trying to micro the Archon, but he's not doing too well, getting 3 hits on the Mutas already.
I gotta be very careful there. Oh, he's gonna fly into those cannons as well. Almost loses one of those Mutas.
Yeah, so what I wanted to say just before that, the worker count is actually ahead for the Zerg player here. And that is usually not a good situation for the Protoss player, so Jaeyoon can just flood mass Hydras here, and he's doing that. He's getting the speed upgrade right now. He's also getting the ranged attack upgrade in the evolution chamber. And I think Tech still needs a long time to actually move out. We see a Dark Archon, but those are only 5 Mutalisks. I'm not sure if that investment will bring his return here.
Yeah, I mean, he can still get a good Maelstrom off on a good clump of Hydras and get a good Storm off potentially. I want to see Jaeyoon kind of fly into the main with these Mutas. It's still quite open. Like, this one side of the mineral line has definitely been open for this whole game. He could kill off at least a few probes. It looks like he finally is going to dive in with those Mutas. Maybe not.
And actually what we also see here, all the High Templars were morphed into Archons. So it looks like Tech really expects a whole different unit composition of Jaeyoon here. He thinks it's like mass Mutalisks, so his 3 Archons against mass Hydras is really not a good good unit composition for a Protoss. So this can really backfire if you have no Storms. So he needs to get some High Templars now.
Yeah, that's a good point. He definitely feels like an overreaction to the 5 Mutalisk play here from Jaeyoon. Like, it forced out, like you said, 3 Archons, a Dark Archon. Just feeling like, oh no, I'm going to die to Mutas. I need to get as much anti-air as possible. And it turns out it was only 5 Mutas, and Jaeyoon has switched a bunch of Hydralisk production as well as taking a 4th base here. So I would definitely give an advantage to Jaeyoon at the moment.
Yeah, Storm is now researching. There's still not a single High Templars, but some High Templars are getting built now, 4. But the Storm is still not done, and Tech is moving out now. This could be risky. Risky if this army is fighting the Hydras before the Storms are here. He could actually throw the game, but so far he still has a lot of Zealots as well. So it's not like this army will totally get crushed by the Hydralisk, but the more Hydras are coming, the more you need that Storm.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he's just doing this, trying to secure that 3rd base here for himself. Mutalisks are going to go and pick off that probe. Oh, well, we got a Maelstrom on 3 Mutas.
Yeah.
Just kind of stopped a Muta harass for now, I suppose. While securing that 3rd base. Meanwhile, we do have a group of Hydras coming across, or a couple groups of Hydras coming across. I don't know if that's quite enough to take a fight here, especially with these Templars now coming out.
Yeah, kinda missed his timing a bit. Now the Storms are here and they are great. Wonderful Storms here by Tech, and now he's easily able to push back the Hydras. Yeah, if Jaeyoon really attacked like 1 minute earlier, that would be a different story maybe. But now actually Tech can secure 3rd base, and that means we will see a longer game for sure here.
Jaeyoon's still being annoying with that 1 Mutalisk, having 1 cannon being cancelled, killing that probe as well.
Oh,
even killing a High Templar.
Yeah, killing the High Templar was a single Mutalist. Wow.
That Mutalisk got some value for being only 1. But, I mean, 3rd base has come up now for Tech. He's starting to mine from that. He's getting a decent sized army here. He's got Obs, 1 Observer here, Dark Archon, bunch of Zealots. Still no Dragoons or anything with this army, but it's pretty fine because Jaeyoon doesn't have any Lurkers himself. He's staying on a very Hydra heavy composition at the moment.
Yes, and yeah, okay, a lot of Lurkers morphing right now. There are some Man, I always mispronounce it. observers here, but this is a very zealot heavy group and I don't think they can handle the lurkers.
He's gonna kill a lot of these Hydras before the lurkers finish up.
Oh!
Nice storm. Oh!
Oh my god,
Oh,
they
that was
finished
so
just in time. That was really so
Yeah.
close. Wow.
If he got those storms off just a couple seconds earlier, all those would have been dead. But
Yes.
no, as it is, they survive. Jaeyoon holds, and supplies have gone pretty even here. I mean, Jaeyoon's only down 10 supply. Worker counts are even. Looks like Jaeyoon's sending out a drone to take a 5th base even.
Yeah, and I mean, the Hive is going up now. He will be on 5 bases soon, so Tech needs to think about another expansion or some aggression. Maybe he should also mix some goons in his army now that there are so many lurkers. Yeah, okay, he's making some. So I'm interested to see if we see a 4th base by Tech or maybe a big attack to finish the game.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna opt for that 4th base. He is ushering a probe up there to the top. Overlord there is gonna see this. So Jaeyoon fully aware that Tech is taking this base now. But does he have enough? He's setting up a lot of lurkers in this defensive position just across like half the map here, almost like all the way from his 3rd up through this treed area to protect his 5th base and 4th base and 5th base.
Yes.
Well, doesn't look like he wants to be aggressive anytime soon.
Now we have the adrenal glands coming, 2nd evolution chamber, or 3rd actually is going up as well, so the upgrades are coming for Jaeyoon. Let's actually take a look at all the upgrades. So we have for the Hydras 1-1, Zerglings are still on 0-1, and meanwhile Tech is on 2-1 and he is double upgrading right now, so he will be on 3-2 when... Yeah, pretty much when Jaeyoon will still be on 1-1, so or maybe 1-2 for the Hydras, but that can be dangerous.
Another Maelstrom coming out, hitting just a couple of Lings, Hydras, and even one of his own Zealots there. Don't know if that was necessarily worth it, but he does kill off the units, getting some value there. Defiler Mount just finishing up now. Consume starting as well. So Jaeyoon really gearing towards this late game Hive tech here. For Zerg, getting those Defilers out, gonna probably start getting some plagues and swarms. A lot of what we saw in game number 1 on Monte Cristo there.
Yes. I mean, Tech decides to not attack so far. He's just staying in the middle, roaming the map, and just, yeah, securing his expansion, make sure that no Zerg units are moving across the map to his expansions, and just picking off a unit here and there. But it will be dangerous if the Zerg has such a good economy. The worker count just now is ahead for Tech. It was a very long time that Jaeyoon was ahead some workers, and that's not a good position for Tech. Oh wait, is there no... I think there's no goon range. Or is there?
Oh, it's not being upgraded. Let's see.
It looked like the goons did not shoot as far as they could. I'm not sure,
okay.
but let's take a look at that, because that is so important. If you don't have goon range, you will not be able to fight against those lurkers very well.
Yeah, keep an eye out for that. But I mean, DM Tech is maxed here now. His army is very strong. Jaeyoon's is very strong as well at 160 supply. Where is the engage going to be? It looks like DM Tech is still just planning on roaming the middle of the map. Whereas Jaeyoon's sending a group of Lings and a Defiler up to the north here. Possibly gonna try and deny a base. Looks like he was expecting a base to be almost at this 5th base location. Nothing there as of yet. But he still has that there, so he can try and perform an attack here on the 4th base.
Yeah, but 2 Templars and the Reaver will take care of 10 Zerglings or so, but there are more units coming. But I still think it will be enough for Tech here. Yeah, already seeing this before any attacks are coming. nice storms, the Reavers in place. Yeah, so this attack will not work for Jaeyoon.
Yeah.
If the Reaver
There are no
decides
more
to
storms
choose.
yet. Yeah, I was gonna say there are no more storms left, so if that Reaver goes down, maybe, but looks like he will defend this. Meanwhile, he is pushing through another spot in the middle, getting a little bit of value here, but not finding anywhere he can really advance and having to turn around again after losing some Zealots. Looks like Jaeyoon's gonna go ahead and take a 6th base now as well at the other main base, throwing down that hatchery just now.
Yes.
So the longer this goes on, Jaeyoon's going to be able to get control of more than half the map here. So DMTech's definitely got to make something happen. Like he's got to deny some kind of a base. He's gearing up to take another base himself here at the bottom, kind of right beside or outside of Jaeyoon's main base there.
Yeah,
So
I have
that's
to
nice.
say Jaeyoon has a pretty nice vision on the whole map, but just not on this expansion down here. He sees a lot of the other expansions, but sadly he has no scout information down here. So yeah, this is another base that the Protoss gets up basically for free. No real denying attempts, no real aggression coming before the cannons are up. And with every expansion that the Protoss gets, this game gets better for Tech, of course.
Well, Jaeyoon does find this base now, sending a group of links to their death down there. Will he be able to deny it? There's actually their armies are meeting in the middle, barely able to see each other, or at least the Zerg can barely see. Protoss does have the observer there.
Yeah.
But he will push him back. And will he be able to deny this attempt here from Protoss at the bottom?
Okay, yeah, there's still no Reavers. Reavers just being built, the High Templars also just being built. So, in this time it's different compared to the base at the top. This time we have no defense, or not enough defense for Tech. Only the cannons, but those don't matter against Swarm. There's one High Templar getting dropped out of the shuttle, but this doesn't matter. So, this is a nice denial here by Jaeyoon.
Yeah, a very good pickup. Keeping Protoss back here on 4 bases. His 4th base still is kind of low on probes, I would say. I mean, it could be a little bit more saturated, but he's going to try and take another base here at the top instead. Sending a probe out there to take that soon. Zergling, it does scout that probe is there. Looks like he is going to go ahead and push across. A nice little plague coming down on a few Dragoons and observers here.
I still think there's no good range. or they are just yeah, very bad, very dumb goons here.
Yeah,
sometimes
I
they
keep
just
yep.
not shoot. Oh, nice
haven't
storm drop
seen-
on the right here. Killing
Very
like
nice.
6 drones, a lurker, a couple of zerglings, and gets away with all the High Templars. So, very good job. I'm not even sure if he scouted the top right yet, but now I guess he knows about it.
Speaking of High Templars, there's one actually sitting in the Zerg main base just hanging out. He's got enough for almost 2 storms, enough energy for almost 2 storms. It seems
wow.
both players have kind of forgot about it. There's a lot of drones mining there.
Nice. Oh, okay. It looks like Tech did not know about the space and he wants to make sure that it is not going up here, so he moves there immediately. There is a Nidus, so maybe he can get some units through there very quickly and deny this or defend the space.
Looks like he's not going to be able to push up at the moment. Meanwhile, we have an attack coming in from Jaeyoon at the 3rd base of Protoss. This isn't a very important base for him at the moment, though. All the minerals are mined. The gas has been depleted. But still, he is going to be able to take that position out. Protoss is going to try and send his army back, maybe to save it, or it looks like he's actually going to go try and counterattack somewhere, but I don't know if this is going to work out too well for him.
Oh.
A bunch of lurkers here in this forest and lings.
Yeah, Observer a bit behind there, losing a lot of zealots for free, and yeah, the bases are just so well defended for Jaeyoon. Jaeyoon really has his turtling style very well executed, and Tech is just losing his army here. He cannot do anything, and now that he lost his, yeah, basically the rally point position or the front of his natural, he's kinda contained in the natural here. This looks very good for Jaeyoon.
Yep. We do have Protoss actually taking the natural behind or below the main here of Jaeyoon. Second main base, I should say, that he took. But is it going to be enough? We can see Jaeyoon has a higher supply count and more workers at the moment. Pretty much even in worker count, but Templar still hasn't done anything in that main base, so I think both players just kind of forgot it was there.
Yeah,
He
I
could definitely
guess.
kill those drones, but pretty funny. Looks like Jaeyoon's going to try and bust this position. And I think he'll be able to with this amount of lurkers and a few defilers and the lings coming in from the back.
Yeah, he has so many more units. Only one storm available. And there's no hope for tech here. And with that, I think it's pretty much over here. He has 2 more bases available, or mining right now. But he's also actually contained in his natural. And yeah, you can see Jaeyoon sending all the units here, so he wants to keep this contain up. And now he can just send all those lurkers from the top right, he can just send it in front of the natural of tech, and then I think tech cannot leave the base anymore.
Yeah, he may even be able to just push in if he wanted. There's only a couple of cannons here. He's going to get some storms off on these lurkers, so he's going to kill 4 of them, it looks like. Oh, he's canceled them with the last second with 2 health there.
2 HP, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Jaeyoon's expanding again. He's taking that base just outside his main that we saw Tech trying to take earlier. That's going to put him up to, what, 7 bases here total against the 4. Oh, no.
The Side Templar there in the top. Stormed himself and missed the drone.
Finally getting spotted by someone there. Yep.
You mean the one at the bottom? There was exactly the same situation at the top as well. There was a Templar sitting in the natural at the top here, and there was one drone trying to take the expansion.
Yeah, same kind of thing happened. Well, what can Tech do? He's got a lot of high Templar just sitting there that could be morphed into Archons. Look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Templars, 10 high Templars. Yeah, he can storm a bunch, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Like,
no,
there's just so many lurkers and lings here. Yeah, even still, like, he's just contained here. He's got a decent bank, but Jaeyoon's almost maxed. I mean, he's up 30 supply. He's taking even a 7 or an 8th base. Like, Jaeyoon basically has the rest of the map. He's got vision everywhere. DM Tech is in a lot of trouble.
Yep, the Reavers are nice, but they are plagued already. He just lost his Observer, so he has no detection to kill the lurkers, so there's really no hope here for Tech.
Yeah, another plague coming out even on the Archons and Reavers. Not going to do a whole lot since they were already plagued, but, you know, and it's anything, it's something. And I mean, Jaeyoon doesn't even have to move in here. We got a little bit of a Reaver drop at the top, killing a couple of lings or something, but not enough. He needs a lot more than that if he wants a chance in this game.
Yes. And yeah, Jaeyoon is not really risking anything. He's just sitting on his lurker contain, he's building up, he's mining more minerals, he's getting his upgrades. Actually, no, he's not getting upgrades right now, but he's just, yeah, macroing. Oh, he already has 3-3 completed. What about the Protoss? 3-0-3. Yeah, that's fine as well, but yeah, there's no hope.
We're going to have a bit of a drop coming out from Jaeyoon here, or at least attempted one. There's a lot of Dragoons kind of sitting here in the main that could potentially intercept this. While Jaeyoon's going for this drop, it looks like DM Tech is going to try and push out here. I don't know if this is going to work out too well for him. There's so many storms coming down, but there's so many lurkers here as well. Drop in the main base at the same time going down. A couple of lurkers dropped out, a bunch of lings going to kill off the observer tech, maybe even the robo. He is going to clean up that main base drop, looks like, but he lost a lot of his army in doing so.
And I'm not sure if it was intentionally, but Jaeyoon actually went for the drop on the robotics, and the robotics is almost down, so maybe even focused it to make sure that his lurker contains stay up even longer, because there are no more observers. But yeah, it doesn't matter anyways. Tech has no more units. Jaeyoon has still he could max out at any point if he wants to, and so just more economy for Jaeyoon, and he takes this third game and gets in the lead with 2-1.
Yeah. And that game was right in the middle of the other two. So we've had one medium, length game, one really long game, one really short game. So what's to come? One or two more games.
Yeah, one is sure. We are seeing game 4 next, and the map will be Escalate here.
All right, this could be our last game of the night or afternoon, wherever you are.
Yes. And the game is starting right now. And Escalate is not really a map where you could really like proxy gate or anything like that, because there's not really a nice middle, and it's a 4-player map, and I don't think it's very nice and very good here on this map. And they are in cross position, so we could see a longer game as well. Let's see.
Yeah.
So let's jump into it. In the top right corner, our Protoss player, being down 1-2, needs to win 2 games in a row now to secure a spot in the finals. It is Tech.
And in the bottom left, one game away from making it to the finals against Bakryu is our White Zerg Jaeyoon.
Okay, so far everything looks normal. No weird cheeses. We see the pylon in the natural. We see the overlords here in the Zerg base, so everything is fine.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what DM Tech does here. The space can be a little bit harder for Protoss to secure a third on, just because it's a little bit further away. A couple different avenues of attack. So does he go for maybe some kind of a heavier 2-base play? Or, I don't know, we'll have to see what his plan is here. Meanwhile, Jaeyoon is just going to go ahead and open his overpool. Pretty standard stuff, save against everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it has been working in the first game that that Jaeyoon actually lost. That's where Jaeyoon actually went for a bit of a more uncommon style. But in the game where he used the more common overpool and just built up normally, that's where he won of both of the games. So I think that's a very good choice here by Jaeyoon.
Well, Probe is going to get into the main there. Confirm that this is indeed an overpool. And we'll see. Looks like he is going to go ahead and throw down that 13 Nexus as Jaeyoon throws down his hash rate.
Yes. Yeah, so scouting information is here for Tech. He confirms it is the base. He sees there's no gas, so he can just be very... Oh, I just showed there's some GG also. Makes no sense. Yeah, but he can see that there are no links coming. I'm a bit confused about the cannon, I have to say, because I mean he sees that there are no links leaving the base or anything like that, so he could have actually went for the gateway and even the gas before the cannon, but yeah, he just gets the cannon, doesn't need to think about it later on.
Yeah, didn't want to take any risks, unnecessary risks maybe. I mean, his life is on the line, right? He knows he has to win the next 2 games or he will be out of GosuLeague here. Alright, so what's going on? We got the Nexus just about to finish up, Gateway coming down, gas is done. Start mining there as well. Where do the players want to go from here? Jaeyoon's getting close to that first 100 gas. We'll see if he throws that into his lair.
Yes, and on the Proto side there's always the option, do you want to go for the Citadel or do you want to go for the fast Stargate to get some additional scouting information. If you don't go for the Stargate, it's usually a wise move to send out another probe to scout if your first one dies, but so far this one is still alive here. So
and he does confirm the lair.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So Cybercore is coming down. I imagine we'll see him go out on the Stargate when that is done, having seen this lair. But we'll have to see where he goes for that. Meanwhile, we got that third base finishing now for Jaeyoon. So nothing too out of the ordinary. +1 has also started on the Protoss side, so we're going to probably be looking to put on some, or do a standard play and put on some Zealot pressure here in a little bit.
Yes, so there is the Stargate, and the Stargate will make you safe against the potential Mutalist play, and also will get you some additional scouting. Next to that is a Citadel. And this time he actually went for the +1 before he went for the Citadel and before he went to the Stargate even. So in this case the Speed Zealot upgrade and the +1 upgrade will pretty much finish at the same time if he starts the Speed upgrade as soon as the Citadel is done. So then he could go for a very strong Speed Zealot +1 attack. But let's see about that.
Yeah, well, Stargate is done. Citadel's just finishing as well. Should have that first Corsair coming out any second now. There it is. And yes, leg speed has been started as well. So pretty good timing on that. We're going to have a couple gateways thrown down, it looks like, or at least one more gateway thrown down now.
Yeah, he needs to add some more if he wants to go for a strong attack. Okay, there's the third gateway. But for now, he just needs to, yeah, micro up, make some probes, make some zealots. And what is the choice here for Jaeyoon? So far, we don't see the second gas, so it's on one. It's only one gas, so he could make like 5 Mutalisks again, but it will not be mass Mutalisks for sure. But let's see if he goes for that. Looks like that's what he was doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, right. He's got the resources for it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it is going to be the 5 Mutalisks again, like we saw at previous game.
Ah, he's supply blocked right now. Ah, 3 Overlords in the natural. Ah, very, very unfortunate supply block here. So those Mutalisks will come a bit later, and we have seen that in the last games that every second can matter. We saw it in the last game on Whiteout where the cannon was just like halfway done when the Mutalisk arrived, but in this case with this supply blocked, maybe those are exactly the seconds that the cannon needs to finish.
Yeah. Moving those Scourge around, he was trying to pick off those stairs as they came in, but didn't quite get there. So stairs are going to get back to the cannons for safety. We do have this Zealot attack now out on the map. +1 and leg speed has finished.
Yes, and it's scouted by Jaeyoon right now with the Scourges here. Yeah, only 2 Mutalisks, but they are 2 Sunkens, so that should be totally fine here. Are there Sunkens in the natural as well? Only 1, but that should still be fine. More Mutalisks are coming, so those 5 Zealots are not doing anything here.
Yeah. So pretty nice defense there from Jaeyoon, not taking any real damage from this. Pulling it off. A couple of more Zealots were trying to come in and join the fight, but he's going to just have to turn those around. These mutas are going to pick off a couple more Zealots maybe.
Okay, so +1 for the Corsairs is researching in, and more Corsairs are getting produced. So DM Tech wants to go for that anti-Mutalist force again, and maybe can kill off some more Overlords and maybe sneak a DT somewhere. You remember last time when we scouted the, I think it was round of 16, where we had like these insane Dark Templars all the time with like 18 kills or so?
Yeah,
this time we didn't see a single one with so many kills.
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, we saw him DM Tech in one game get up to like, what was it, 10 +1 Sayers or something?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if he goes for something like that again, he can definitely maybe sneak something in if there's no spores ready, but Jaeyoon's pretty on top of this. I mean, he's denied mining here. He killed a couple of these Corsairs, and this is already looking a little bit bad here for Tech, taking some damage.
Yes, and you see another Archon is forced because of this. Meanwhile, Hydralisks are getting built again. So this is very similar to last game, where Tech is forced into Archons, forced into a unit that doesn't trade well against what Jaeyoon is getting next. So very nice of Jaeyoon.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe he saw last game. He's like, okay, I see Tech went for all these extra Archons. So it worked so well, or it worked for me last game, maybe I'll do it again. Like, he just overmade Archon, so I was able to kill him. Well, later in the game, but he got an advantage from that, right? So we can see he's actually doing this again. He's making another Archon. He's even trapped this Archon in his mineral line.
I think it can go out above the pylon
From
through
the pylon,
gas
yeah.
mining.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 2 Archons again. So 2 Archons, and he's also getting the Corsairs and the +1. So a lot of resources getting poured into anti-Mutalist defense again. So, and meanwhile, we just have the Lurker aspect researching, and we have Mass Hydras getting produced. So I'm not sure if Tech can really get the most of all of these investments.
Well, he does have 1 Templar here, not quite storm ready, but will be soon. Looks like he wants to maybe put on a little bit of pressure with the Zealot Archon army. Or is he just going to use it to secure a 3rd base again, like we kind of saw in Whiteout here?
Yeah,
this time just without the Dark Archon, maybe. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it really looks like that's what we're gonna see. It feels to me like Jaeyoon really likes his camping style with the lurker fields just sitting there, and Tech just likes to not attack into lurkers and just use his army to expand more and more. So we could see another epic long game here.
Yeah. Well, you mean we saw this last game where he was forced into those Archons and just had to kind of defend, take his base. He even made Dark Archon. So this time it seems like he didn't make as many. Like, we don't see the Dark Archon this time. We don't see the 3rd Archon.
Yeah.
And we do see, like, he's already got his Robo and Obs out here. So maybe a little bit of a less committing to anti-air than we saw last time. But still, Jaeyoon forced that with just 5 Mutalisks. Well, he's meanwhile taking 4 bases himself, getting lurkers out, setting up a nice defensive position that TM Tech isn't really going to be able to push into anywhere.
Yeah. Okay, and 2 Corsairs are here, and they are just used for scouting right now. So this +1 upgrade looks like it's really not coming into play. A nice storm on a few Zerglings here, so good trade here there for Tech. But I mean, look at the worker count, look at the supply. Worker count is almost even. That's usually good for Zerg, and the supply just shot up a bit for Tech, but overall it's still pretty close, and that's again good for a Zerg player. And I think that was because of the Mutalist doing some probe damage, forcing some more cannons, forcing that Archon, and now the Lurkers are here and the Observer is not, so no chance here to attack.
Yeah, Observer is coming across the map here though. It's going to turn around with the rest of the army. I don't know, I feel like he could still engage maybe with a couple of good storms in that Observer, but he's just opting to turn back here. Gonna have to start mixing in some Dragoons here soon, I think.
Yes, he's always super Zealot heavy. It's really interesting. I've not seen another Protoss being on like, I don't know, 30 Zealots before the first Dragoon comes out. That's so many Zealots, and I mean you can see it. It's not really the best composition against these defensive lurkers. So Jaeyoon is really getting his economy up. He's ahead in worker count even now. He is getting that. Is he getting that 5th base? No, okay, he's still on 4 bases, but I guess we'll see that soon.
Yeah, so first Dragoons are out now. I don't know if Dragoon range has been researched. It's certainly not researching at the moment, so
I checked it. It's actually researched this time. I actually clicked the
okay,
before.
So he does have have Dragoon range. Okay,
yes, he does.
That's good to know. Yeah. Meanwhile, where we got double upgrades going for Protoss. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's sitting on 7 gateways here. Might be time to start adding a couple more gateways. Sitting on 3 base, saturated fairly well. He could use maybe a few more probes actually. Now that I look at it, but he's in a decent position. I mean, he's got a pretty strong army, but can he break Zerg anywhere? I'm not sure. Looks like he's gonna try this 4th base again.
Yeah, but this is such a narrow area against lurkers and sunkens and so on. I don't think you can ever take down this spot here against lurkers.
Yeah. So it feels like Jaeyoon's bases are all pretty well protected. So yeah, it looks like DM Tech says, okay, I can't attack into you. I'm just gonna use my army to take more bases again. And yeah, we can see him doing just that as he's throwing up a 4th base now.
Yeah, he's really liking to get a lot of expansions and don't attack. But I mean, I think it's generally a good decision because I've seen many Protoses, including myself, just attacking into a lurker field and then losing my army and losing the game. So I think it's a good job by Tech here, but I'm a bit afraid that the economy of Jaeyoon is just a bit bigger here.
Yeah, I've done that too many times to admit myself as well. But yeah, I mean, if DM Tech can use his army to deny Zerg from ever getting a 5th base, and then continue to take bases himself, then he'd be in a good spot. Like if he can secure this base, secure the top left, keep taking bases and never let Zerg get a 5th base, eventually he'll be able to outmine him. Just use his army to control the map and like I said, just deny bases from Zerg. But we do have what looks like maybe an attack or setting up for another base from Jaeyoon. Yeah, okay, the drone is coming across now. So he is sending some units to the bottom right to potentially take a base there.
Yes, that looks like what he's doing here. And so this time he has really units at every other base, but with a natural secured here for Tech, that means he can get the main base as well. And then we have a 5 base Protoss, and that's not an easy opponent to deal with, even if you have like 6 bases. So
Yeah.
it really comes down to micro here as well.
Very nice upgrades coming out from Tech. He's already on 2-1 here, about to be 3-1, whereas Jaeyoon's still on 0 carapace. He only has +1 attack for both melee and ranged units, but no carapace yet. One thing I just noticed is Greater Spire just finished up in the main here of Jaeyoon, so maybe we're going to see some Guardian tech coming out here.
Yep, the Mutalisks are sitting in the top left and they are flying to the top expansion very soon, I would say. Or maybe they're even flying in the middle here at 12 o'clock and then attack from there.
Yeah, we'll have to see where they want to go.
Yes.
Yeah, this looks like actually a decent spot for Guardians. You can attack in 2 different locations over the high ground. So yeah, we'll see those morph there momentarily, I imagine. But we do have a little bit of an engagement here. Jaeyoon holding the top of this ramp where DM Tech is trying to push up and maybe gain some ground.
Oh, and actually, so first of all, I want to say it's a bit unfortunate that Tech didn't see the bottom left getting set up with the lurkers on the ramp and so on. So now it's basically too late to really attack there. But he actually sneaked the Dark Templar in, and Jaeyoon so far does not see it. So if Jaeyoon transfers a lot of drones there, maybe that Dark Templar could get a lot of free kills.
Oh, Guardians are done now. They're starting to hammer away at these 2 assimilators. One Corsair is still alive and flying in here. He will eventually be able to take those Guardians out, but it will take a little while. Guardians will be able to at least kill off these assimilators, if nothing else, I think. Okay, Templar coming in to storm them, which will finish those 2 off anyway.
Yeah, so both both players just sitting here with their army. Nobody wants to attack. This is pretty funny.
No one wants to throw away their army and lose the game. Just continue to harass each other. But now, as we say that, DM Tech decides now's the time to go. He pushes up the ramp. I don't know about that. He loses a lot of army for not much. He kills a few units, 1 lurker and some lings, but lost most of his zealots at that.
Yeah, it was definitely not time to go, and also he has no more storms in this army, so this is actually very dangerous here to stay around here, because I think overall Jaeyoon could just overwhelm this army anyways, but now he decides to attack the top position, and there are some storms, there is also a Reaver or 2 Reavers, so this is a very effective trade for Tech here. Wonderful defense.
Jaeyoon trying to break in, he kills a couple of buildings but loses a lot of units for not much. DT even popping out of that gateway. Going to be able to clean up a lot last few units here. Tech is sending his whole army over here, but doesn't look like he really needs that. Although there's some links coming in from the top. Okay. I guess those overlords just had some links in them or something.
Yeah, I assume so. But yeah, I mean, many cannons, many storms, 2 reavers. You can't really break that with links and 1 or 2 hydras.
Yeah, well, moving his army back has given Jaeyoon the opportunity to get out on the map now with his army. Looks like DM Tech is going to try and push down at this 4th base again. I'm not sure about this. We'll see how it goes. A couple of lurkers coming in, some more lings being flooded here. 1 Dark Swarm, another one about to go down maybe. A Plague, but only hitting a few Archons isn't going to do too much.
Yeah, this is always a bad trade for Tech. Like every single big engagement that we have with the main army is a bad trade for Tech. So overall, in the long run, Jaeyoon will come out ahead in resources when the map gets split.
Yeah, we had.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say we had a bit of a storm drop there at 6 as well.
Yes.
I think he only got 2 drones, and the shuttle did eventually get caught by those Scourge and picked off in the middle of the map. All right, looks like we have another push coming from Jaeyoon here up at the top.
Oh.
Swarm goes down, a couple of storms, storming himself, but their lings are going to target this Nexus now, and it looks like they're probably going to get it. There is one more Templar there, but he's not storming anything.
Okay, that was a very successful attack now, and I just feel like Tech is losing grip of this game. His army is very reduced. He's basically on, yeah, we can't really count the natural anymore. He will be on 2 bases soon, the top left here, and Jaeyoon still has everything mining, still on like 5, even 6 bases. I mean, not really mining in the right, bottom right there, but he can mine there if he wants to. So the economy is so much better for Jaeyoon. And the supply is also super nice. If you have a Zurich on 170 supply, that is bad news for any other race.
Yeah. A little bit of a link drop to try and pick off that Nexus in the top left, but a couple of Reavers there to save the day. So he will hold on to that for now, but I agree, like the longer this goes on, it's getting better for Jaeyoon. He's sending out a drone to take another base on the right-hand side of the map here. So he will be in control of more than half the bases on the map. And this is beginning to look a lot like the game we just saw in Whiteout, where, you know, eventually, I mean, they both were expanding. They couldn't really break each other anywhere, and eventually Jaeyoon just overwhelmed them. But we do have another attack coming in at this 4th base. And I don't know, he keeps trying to attack in this position, but usually these attacks haven't been going too well for him.
Yeah. This time he has some more Reavers, so that's definitely good, but I still don't think it works. And meanwhile, we have basically the finishing move here in the main base of Tech. The mass adrenaline drop killing all the buildings here, but some zealots are coming back. So I guess he will defend this after all, but he's losing a lot.
Well, he unpowered a couple of gateways. If he would have picked off that pylon, he would have got at least a couple more. Still a few lings in there. He's going to kill the Citadel. Looks like he's going to get the robotic support bay. DM Tech's got to get in there and kill those and react to that before they pick up the core and everything too.
Yeah. Okay, there's the storm, so he got it. But we again see, same as last game, we see the, what is it, like 22-minute lurker contain. In the front of the natural here. It's pretty funny.
Oh no. Yeah, and some more lings being dropped into the main base. He's gonna get the Templar archives now.
Oh.
He's gonna get the core maybe. Not quite.
Oh man.
Has been rebuilt, but
those adrenalinks, man, it's so hard. You need to have defense, you need cannons, you need your high Templars in position, or maybe just a big, like 6 Corsair fleet or so. He has the upgrade anyways. But if you have just nothing, even if you have your Zealots and high Templars moving in there, they killed buildings so quickly and you lose so much, and now you can see even the supply is in favor of JU now, and the resources are, the bases are, basically everything is in favor of JU at this point.
Yeah. Well, and he's got another big drop coming towards the top left here. 6 overlords filled. Is he going to drop them? He's just hanging out there outside now. Okay, now he's going to go in. And is there enough here to defend? There is quite a few cannons and a Reaver.
The Reaver, if the Reaver can be microed, so far it's nice. The Reaver is still alive, but yeah, oh my god, these 6 cannons die in 2 seconds. It's crazy.
That's just the power of late game Zerg or Cracklings. Like, they just kill everything so quickly.
Yeah, Natural is getting breached as well, and with that I think the game is pretty much over. Tech is losing his last 2 bases. This one is barely mining here, and Jaeyoon still has like 6 bases running, taking a 7th base here. And Tech has no really option left. And there is the GG. So congratulations to Jaeyoon for making it into the finals against Bakryu.
Yeah, which will probably be a ZVR, I'm assuming. Or maybe Jaeyoon will pick. He might be, maybe he'll go Zerg, or maybe he'll race pick something, but we've seen him go random against Zerg before, so.
Yes, that could be the case. Wait, do we have a date for that cast already? Let me find it. It will be a very surprise cast. We don't know who will cast it yet. It will be a small surprise by the organizers.
Yeah, I believe it's supposed to be Saturday, maybe? This Saturday?
I think so. I'm just checking really quickly here. 1 second. Okay, here I have it. It is the 6th of June, so that will be, yeah, on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, 7 p.m. CET will be the surprise cast of the GosuLeague Finals. So definitely mark that in your calendar. And yeah, that will be an awesome series as always, and maybe. I mean, Baku is doing a lot of great results so far. He's qualifying for RCG. He's maybe winning GosuLeague now, so he's really on a roll lately.
Yeah, I mean, he made it into the finals, so taking out TY2 in a very close epic match. If you miss those games, don't forget to go back and watch the VOD.
Yes.
But yeah, should be exciting finals. Be sure to tune in on Saturday to Surprise Cast. Even we don't know who it is, so.
Yeah, of course the VODs are always uploaded to my YouTube channel. They will also be listed on the Team Liquid thread. They will be listed on the Liquipedia page. So you will find those VODs if you want to watch more BSL GosuLeague action, if you missed some games in the past. And yeah, I think with this series that will end our casting of the BSL 9 GosuLeague for the season.
Yeah, that's right. It was a lot of fun, as always. Good casting with you. Hopefully we can do BSL 10 and see everyone there.
Yeah, I hope so. It's always nice. We can see the chat always very active as well. So thank you guys for always being very active and always watching these casts here. Yeah, and Snipe, since we are at the last cast, where can the people see you or see some of your stuff in the future? Do you have anything coming up?
Not too much. For those who don't know, I do run CPL. I'm the head admin for CPL, so we're just getting into the finals there. It's team league usually for lower to mid-level players, coached by players such as MasterReY is a coach on one of those teams. But yeah, we're getting into playoffs for that soon, so it's starting up this week. If anyone wants to check those out, definitely stop by the CPL Discord channel, and sure there'll be announcements when the casts happen.
Yes, make sure to watch those games as well. A lot of great content happening. And of course, I have casted a lot in the last few weeks, but I have no further casts planned so far in the near future. So I'm still doing a lot. I'm definitely streaming every weekend for my personal like A rank Protoss ladder stream. The new season just started, so I will be very active again. So if you want to see me ladder, make sure to follow this channel and tune in when I'm live on the weekends. I would appreciate that. So I think with that we have everything said, and I think we can wrap up the cast, right?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, yeah, so one last thank you all for being with here on our journey through the BSL GosuLeague, and bye bye and see you next time.
See you, everyone.